Former Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson tells members of Congress the Russian government efforts to affect the presidential election last year should be taken as a wake-up call. At the Capitol, here's Fox's Jared Halpern.
The top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee pressed former DHS Secretary Jay Johnson about why, if intelligence officials determined Russian cyber attacks last summer, formal acknowledgement wasn't made until October.
This was a big decision, and there were a lot of considerations that went into it. This was an unprecedented step.
Johnson says intelligence methods and sources had to be protected, and there were concerns about the appearance of taking sides in the election. The former DHS chief also criticized the DNC for refusing an offer of cybersecurity assistance. Chris.
Jared, thanks. The stabbing of a police officer at the Flint, Michigan airport is being investigated as possible terrorism by the FBI. The officer was stabbed in the neck in stable condition. The suspect is in custody. Hours from landfall, there's already been a death linked to Tropical Storm Cindy. Here's Fox's Gernal Scott.
Chris, authorities in Alabama now say a 10-year-old boy vacationing with his family from Missouri was killed after being hit by a log washed up by the storm's rough surf. This tragedy is stepping up preparations and warnings along the Mississippi coast and in Louisiana, where Governor John Bel Edwards says he's trying to dispel myths about Cindy.
That this is only going to affect coastal Louisiana or southeast Louisiana. This storm is going to affect the entire state.
And the oil rigs off the Gulf Coast are taking notice as well, with evacuations beginning on several platforms, Chris.
Colonel Scott, thank you. A Milwaukee police officer who shot and killed a man during a traffic stop last year is found not guilty of reckless homicide. The cop is black, so is the man he shot. There were riots after the shooting. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
Looks like some cable and phone companies are trying to sell home security. But when a burglar sees one of their signs in the front yard, what does it say? Oh, wow, this home has 599 channels. Or, oh, these guys have high-speed internet. But the ADT sign, it says, this family trusts the company whose name means security. So beat it. It's no wonder 5 times more people choose ADT to protect their homes.
Learn more at ADT.com and to see licensing and terms and conditions.
Summer involves a lot of driving, to camp, to work, to soccer, back home to grab what they forgot, and then back to soccer again. So wouldn't you like to know your car is up for it? Enter Hum by Verizon. Now you can check your car's health from your phone with vehicle diagnostics, drive with more peace of mind thanks to 24/7 emergency assistance, and let the kids stream and game on the go with your car's own Wi-Fi hotspot. Get Hum and get where you're going. Learn more at hum.com. Verizon Wi-Fi available on HumX only. Data usage applies. Coverage not available everywhere. Visit vzw.com for availability.
An Air National Guard pilot is hurt, not seriously, though, we're told, after ejecting from an F-16 fighter jet that crashed during takeoff on a training flight in Houston this morning. The cause of that accident is being investigated. England's Prime Minister says she's sorry, criticized for the response to a high-rise apartment building fire in London.
This has been a difficult time for our country.
Speaking in Parliament here, British Prime Minister Theresa May saying the official response to last week's tower block fire was not good enough. At least 79 people died, and survivors complained of a lack of help in the aftermath.
That was a failure of the state. As Prime Minister, I apologise for that failure.
Meanwhile, in a bid to raise funds to help victims, American Idol chief Simon Cowell producing a charity single.
I'll take your part.
More than 50 artists joining the recording, a cover of Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water. In London, Simon Owen, Fox News.
A teacher at a New Jersey community college blames an appearance on Fox News Channel for her indefinite suspension. Lisa Durden went on Tucker Carlson's show 2 weeks ago to talk about a Memorial Day event just for black people.
I just hope there aren't people watching who agree with you, because what
watching.
You're saying is so hostile and separatist and crazy. It's such a basic violation of what I thought we all agreed on, which is you don't attack people for things they can't control, namely their race.
It's not an attack. I'm stating the facts.
She says 2 days later she showed up to teach a special speech class at Essex County College in Newark. She was suspended with no mention in the letter about the Fox appearance, but she says that administration officials did discuss it with her. A statement from the school vice president says the college's attorney has handled the matter in a way that complies with state law. We've just heard the judge in the Bill Cosby trial in Pennsylvania has approved the release of the jurors' names. On Wall Street, the Dow closing down 57, and I'm Chris Foster, Fox News Radio.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit them online at chiefbauer.com. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 72. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 87, low of 73. Friday could get a little bit of thunderstorms, high 84, low of 59. This weekend, sunny and high 70s.
Oh,
I
wow.
will take that.
Wow.
Right now, mostly cloudy, 84 degrees in Champaign-Urbana.
It's the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lonte, Jeremy Warner rolling through. Hump Day, it's Wednesday. I always remember chamber meetings and stuff get me through. I always have meetings on Wednesday. Is that why is Wednesday the meeting day?
Just spice things up a little bit.
Is that what it is? You're halfway through the week. You've gotten everything you needed to get, not done. You're never done with anything, but you're kind of caught up by Wednesday and then.
Is there something about a midway point? Like, whenever I do a run, like today, I went for a run outside.
I think
you get to the midway point, and it feels like it's downhill a little bit after that.
That's a good call.
Right?
I think that's a good call.
That's how it is with the work week a little bit.
That was what I told you. I'm hashing back to the 5K I ran. In Philo, they mark the miles. And they mark it 1, 2, whatever. So I'm sitting there running, and I actually had gotten over the wall, that first wall, and I was like, all right, Lon, you're doing fine.
Yeah, once you get a couple miles in, you got your breathing down, but that first, for me, it's not the first mile, it's that second mile.
Well, that was the problem, because I was to the point where I was like, okay.
That first mile, you have so much energy, you're excited, and then the second mile sets in. For Carp, it's probably like mile 18.
I was going to say for him, he didn't even think about this till halfway, like 10 miles in. But I was like, I'm all right, you've got a nice little pace, and then I finally got to the point where I'm like, okay, I need this to be done. And then I look down on the road and it says 2 miles. You can do it or something. And I'm like, no, that's not helping. Because then I'm like, wait a minute. I've got another hellacious mile ahead of me. But it was good. It was good. Hey, we're off again early tonight. Phillies and Cardinals. Thank God for the Phillies. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank God for extra innings where you guys actually show up, apparently.
We went to an establishment last night, my mom and Andrew, and watched
Andrew
game.
have a couple beers while he was there?
He had a couple. I said, are you drinking?
Some roots, I meant.
Right,
root beers.
Right. I told him, I said, I'm not going to have one if you're not having one. So we ended up with just Mountain Dew. But we did, and we get there, and it's 1-1 going to the 11th. And I just kind of looked at the TV, and I was like, ugh. That's what I feel like right now. I'm just like, ugh. And then the next thing you know, boom, they start piling on runs. I'm like, hey, at least we can beat the Phillies.
Yeah. Well, we have a busy show today. We'll talk some Blackhawks because Marian Hossa has a serious skin condition.
That's weird.
That's going to have him a year off. Yeah, I was talking with Austin, who was reading up a bunch of stories. We'll talk with Scott Powers at 3:30 about this, how painful this thing is.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
For Marian Hossa and for the Blackhawks is a huge loss.
Yes.
Not only because Hossa is such an important player to them, didn't have a great year last year.
Right.
This is probably part of that. But he also has a huge contract.
Huge.
And they don't get any relief from it.
Right.
So, I mean, you have a bunch of money that's going unused on somebody who's not helping your team this year. So, from a personal standpoint, you feel for Marian Hossa here, but from a Blackhawks organizational standpoint, this stinks because there's a lot of money tied up in Hossa that you can't use right now.
You can't. And listen, he does play a big part in that organization. And I mean, you've got so much talent around him, and no doubt because of that talent, an older guy like Hossa can do some damage. But certainly when you take a piece like that off, when the Blackhawks have slowly been losing pieces these last few years due to the NHL salary cap, this would be a hit for them. I can't wait to talk to Scott about this, see what he says.
We'll also talk to Scott about the NHL expansion draft, which should be completed, I believe, by now. I think the deadline was 10 a.m. Eastern time for the Vegas Golden Knights to turn in all their picks. But I think it's 7 o'clock tonight on NHL Network. They'll announce all those picks. But it's coming in who St. Louis lost.
It's going to be David Perron.
That's right.
They're going to lose David Perron, which is fine because they needed to lose one of these guys that have a big salary. And I think Perron is around 4.5. The problem is, and the reason I wanted him to take Yori Laterra is because he's like 4.7 for 2 years. So that would have cleared up a lot of space for the Blues, who now have to go sign Colton Parayko.
Yeah.
And they basically have to do that now. I think this would give them about $10 million in cap space, which is pretty big in the NHL. But they will have to sign Parayko and then still fill out a roster with about 10 other guys. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, I think for the Blues, it's still a win. You're getting rid of one of the
Some relief.
veterans. Yeah, a veteran that's kind of at the end of his career, essentially, even though Perron's still got something in the tank. But he was a guy that scored. He scored a lot more than Laterra. I mean, he was more valuable than Yori Laterra, who they got because they thought he would team with Vladdy Tarasenko. So now you have to hope, if you're the Blues, that you get Parayko signed and you hope Laterra kind of finds his footing and teams with Vladdy to make a pretty good line.
I find these expansion drafts so interesting because these teams are going to be not very good the first couple of years, but they're also looking sometimes to be competitive right away. The Rockies really wanted to do that to draw fan interest in a small town, and they were.
Yeah, were.
So that was kind of their goal, was to do that. They spent a little bit of money, but also you can acquire players that you can trade to other people.
Sure.
In this NHL expansion draft, sounds like the Vegas Golden Knights, just by not drafting people, are going to get picks.
Isn't that crazy?
Like first-round picks, and the Blackhawks might be one of these teams that, hey, don't draft this guy, and we'll give you picks for it.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a good position for the Vegas Golden Knights to be in. But I want to play a game in the 4 o'clock hour.
Okay.
That if there's a new baseball team that comes in, say Vegas Gamblers, or come on, we can do something better than that. A Vegas Bandits or something like that comes into the league, and each MLB team gets to protect 10 players.
10 players.
From their 40-man roster.
Okay.
This is a fun game. The White Sox, the Cubs, and the Cardinals. I did the White Sox. Austin's doing the Cubs.
Okay.
And Lon, you will do the Cardinals. I was scratching down my own Cardinals.
Okay.
You got some tough decisions to make.
I was going to say, I bet there are.
And they're not like fun, tough decisions. Like the Cubs have some fun, tough decisions to make.
Right, because they've got so much
The
talent.
Cardinals, I got to the last two, and I'm like, do I really want to protect that guy?
That's the thing. That's the thing, because you could help. I mean, that could really do the Cardinals some good almost.
Yeah, and then you got to say, well, I can put this big contract out there who's important to our team, but he's probably not going to get picked.
He's not going to get taken. Right. So that'll be, I love this.
Yeah,
I love this idea.
So we'll do that in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll also talk some Illini hoops recruiting with Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. At 4:30, we got Taylon Horton-Tucker on campus today visiting Illinois. That comes after Ayo Dosunmu, the top 30 prospect out of Chicago Morgan Park. Taylon Horton-Tucker, a 3-star recruit out of Chicago Simeon.
Yep.
And speaking of Simeon, DJ Williams, it's been reported, I saw John Rothstein tweeted out, is transferring to George Washington.
Oh, okay.
I tell you a little bit about DJ Williams.
It tells me a lot.
And I think the Javon Pickett thing.
Yep.
It's kind of told us a little bit. He ends up at Missouri, but he's got reclassified.
Yes.
It's telling us a little bit about these players. Jalen Comelans, though, is a wanted player, and I'm sure DePaul or Xavier will get him.
It's always interesting, and I know every coach could run into this, but the last two coaches with Weber and now with Gross, you're kind of seeing the afterfall of this and where really his guys were thought of. Mm-hmm. And you talk about guys like Ibi Jimde with Bruce Weber and some of those other guys that really nobody wanted, essentially, and here he is getting a scholarship at the University of Illinois, and now you're seeing this with a couple of guys from John Gross's unit. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, DJ Williams was a guy that early on, and I'm talking sophomore, junior year in high school, he was really highly thought of, and then he just kind of plateaued. It felt like. And it was
he was more about potential than... actually, there's nice tools there.
Yes.
Never really put it out together on the basketball court.
I always wondered, and maybe I'm wrong on this, and maybe I'm overstating this Simeon, Illinois thing, or Simeon, however you say it. Maybe I'm overstating it, but I always wondered if Williams would have been at another school, if John Gross and staff would have said, you know what, we're going to actually back off.
Be patient a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to be a little more patient now. We're going to back off and see what you do.
They were very aggressive with both those guys. They committed early in that 2015 class. Aaron Jordan, who had a great start, or was it a great summer on the AU circuit, so they kept pushing, but then the fall, the season in the winter, the season didn't go as well for him, and some other schools started to back off, and Illinois kind of kept pushing, got his commitment, and then he wasn't as great, during his high school career. DJ Williams, there was a lot of potential there.
Yes.
I mean, he's a top 100 recruit on almost every website, ended up even as a top 100 recruit on most websites. So most people were excited about that when there were tools there, but he never really showed it during his whole high school career, where Ed Morrow was a better player. He's usually the second or third best player. I mean, Evan Gilliard had some better games
Forgot about him.
Than DJ Williams. So it was always a concern, and it kind of showed up here that he was more toolsy, potential than he was actually a productive player.
And that hurts. And that happens too, right? Yeah. You're not going to hit on every guy, and there's going to be some guys that end up being a lot better than what you thought they were going to be. Kevin Turner is a guy that always rings that bell for me back in the day. I'm hearkening Illini fans back to the late 90s, but that was the kid that came from Chicago, and you didn't think really that he was going to be that good. I think he was with Notre, and it was one of those situations by the time Kevin Turner was a senior, he was huge. I mean, the kid could score 20-some a game. He could hit shots. He made himself into a basketball player, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you hit on guys, and unfortunately for Illinois, they've missed way too often the last maybe 6 or 7 years.
But Taylor Horton-Tucker, a very interesting prospect, not a top-of-the-line prospect, as I've told Lon. When you look at him and you'll see him in person.
Does he have like the Lon Tay body?
He's kind of got a dad bod a little bit.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like not defined really, but not horrible.
I think he'll get there eventually.
Okay.
But he doesn't look like that. But he's got long arms.
Okay.
He's a smooth, skilled player. I mean, he's about 6'4", 6'5", and I've kind of called him Jordan Goodwin light. I mean, if you think about, Goodwin was an unbelievable productive high school player, dominated the AAU circuit when he played. Horton-Tucker hasn't done that.
Okay.
But Horton-Tucker is a very close version to that. Maybe, like I say, light version of that, where he does a lot of the little things. He rebounds, he passes, he can shoot threes, he can attack the basket. He's not overly athletic,
right?
But he's a tough player as well, and kind of fits into the mold of, that toughness that Brad Underwood wants. I think he's a gettable player. I think he'd be a good start to this recruiting class. And then if you could add him and Ayo Dosunmu and George Condit, that'd be a heck of an in-state start for Brad Underwood when you top that with Mark Smith.
And you still want guys that can shine, right? You still want guys that light up the scoreboard. But when you realize what you've got now with regards to your guard potential and scoring ability, then you look at if you could add a guy like Ayo Dosunmu. And then all of a sudden, you're looking for those valuable pieces like Taylor Horton-Tucker. Why I can't ever get his name right. You're looking for guys like that can do a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. They don't maybe need you to score 16 a game. They need you to do the little things, and that is good. In the past, I mean, we haven't had the guard exposure. We haven't had a guard that could go out and light it up. So you've needed everybody else to pick up the pieces.
I mean, Mark Smith, Trent Frazier. Mark Smith's your go-to player in the future, right?
Yes.
And going to be one of them this year. Trent Frazier, you feel like can be a dynamic lead guard as well. Then you need your role players.
Right.
And Ayo Dosunmu is going to be, hopefully, a star. Those are your couple guys that you think can be stars.
He's not a role guy. He's a star.
Then you need some role players. Yep. I mean, starters, but we're talking role players. And I think the way they've kind of figured out these guys has been interesting. Boyd Bowden. What he's going to do.
Exactly.
He's going to rebound and play defense.
That's perfect.
Matik, I think, is more the skilled guy, more like Finke, maybe a little bit more athletic, maybe a little quicker, but he kind of fits their scheme of here's a Boyd Bowden, the defender. Here's Matik, gives you a different look. Can block shots as well, but then you need some shooters. You need some guys who are athletic, and that's where Peyton comes in,
right,
out of Bloomington, right? I mean, he kind of these different roles that you need different pieces on the team, and it's interesting how Underwood's putting that together. But Smith and Frazier, and you think Dosunmu would be those go-to guys.
I'm ready for a freak athlete kind of guy, not somebody that's not necessarily polished with regards to being able to score 18 a game, just somebody that's a freak athlete.
I don't know if he's a freak athlete, but he's a good athlete and physical, and I think he will play this role really well, and that's Kipper Nichols.
Good call.
I think Kipper
that's a good call.
will show you a little bit about how they would use a guy like Peyton out of Bloomington.
That's perfect. And that's kind of the guy I'd like to see on the court. Somebody that's just a little bit faster going for a loose ball, that jumps a little bit higher for a rebound, that, gets up and down the court. It seems like Illinois just hasn't really had that guy in a while.
And just dictates things.
Yes.
Right? That's what I'm looking forward to the most with Brad Underwood.
Yes.
John Grosso has seemed so reactive.
Mm-hmm.
The lineups were because of the other team.
Right.
The way he played was due to the other team.
I think Brad's going to switch that.
Underwood, his defensive goal is to make the other team uncomfortable and not allow them to do what they want to do. Their offense is, let's get up and down the court, tire them out, shoot quickly. The percentages, the sabermetrics show this is the way to do it. I love that he dictates the game. Maybe you don't execute sometimes.
I bet you're going to have some dud games.
Yeah. But, I mean, that West Virginia, South Carolina style.
I love it. And I've thought of that before, too, about that. I bet you will have some dud games under Brad Underwood where if you're shooting in the first 7 and you're shooting about 30% that night, it's not going to be pretty.
20%.
Or 20. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty that night when all of a sudden you can't score and they keep scoring on the other end and you just all of a sudden say, stop.
It's college basketball. There's going to be ugly games.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
Also, a lot of NBA news going on.
Yeah, what's going on here?
The Lakers send D'Angelo Russell and Timofey Mozgov to the Brooklyn Nets for the expiring contract of Brook Lopez and the 27th pick overall.
Told this to Andrew, who's slowly becoming our NBA expert. When Matt Silich retires, I think Andrew Tay could be our NBA expert.
Awesome.
So I told him about this trade, and he starts laughing. And he goes, the Nets are garbage. The Nets are just garbage. And I'm like, well, they're getting D'Angelo Russell. He goes, they didn't want him in L.A.
They were trying to deal him for another lottery pick,
and no
one would touch it. But I do like this for the Nets.
Yeah,
I think you take on a big contract, but you're not going to be good for a while.
No.
You need young assets.
Amen.
Brook Lopez is an expiring deal. He's a good player.
Yep.
But he's an expiring deal. That's why the Lakers want him. And the 27th pick, you're not going to get anything there. D'Angelo Russell was the number 2 pick in the draft a couple years ago.
Right. I mean, I wanted Philly to get him.
Right.
I wanted a guard bad.
And a lot of people think he can still be really good.
Okay.
It's just things didn't go very well on and off the court.
No, they got off to a rough start.
Yeah, I mean, snitching on a teammate about cheating on his fiance.
Not a good way to start.
It's going to get you in a little trouble.
Some things stay in a locker room,
but
guys.
that gives them a young asset that they needed. Also, Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
This guy might be a Hall of Famer, but the second half of his career.
Is there a stranger finish to a guy's career than Dwight Howard?
He's just now the NBA's not his style, and he had a decent year with the Hawks last year. But the Hawks are sending him and the 31st pick to Charlotte from Miles Plumlee, Marco Bellinelli, and the 41st overall pick. So a little bit of movement. Dwayne Wade also accepted his option.
I loved the tweet.
Yeah. I mean, somebody asked him, was it David Aldridge?
Yes.
This was so refreshing to hear.
It's honesty.
From an athlete. They asked him, why did you opt into the Chicago Bulls? He said, I have 24 million reasons.
Amen. Good for you,
Dang
Dwayne
right.
Wade. Heck yes. Why not? Listen, it's okay.
Nobody's going to blame you.
It's okay
you won
to
your
say.
rings. Get your money, D. Wade.
It's okay to say it's all about the money here. I don't blame him.
But for the Bulls, it's
well, and he's playing at home too, which I don't know if that means much. But late in his career, I'm sure it's still fun for him to play in front of Chicago fans.
Still waiting to see about Paul George, DeAndre Jordan reportedly on the market for the Clippers, who could have some big changes. Seems like the Clippers and Lakers both going to gear up for a run at LeBron James next year. Some other guys on the trading block as well, but it's going to be a busy couple of days in the NBA. Interesting couple of days to see if who actually moves.
Right
here, I would imagine Paul George would. If Jimmy Butler is, I think that's the huge move.
That would be the biggest move, I think, overall, and especially would affect us here locally with regards to the Bulls. All right, we're going to talk NHL expansion draft with Scott Powers from the Athletic. Also, Marian Hossa, he is dealing with a skin condition that is going to make him take a year off from hockey. What is that going to do to the Blackhawks? We'll ask Scott Powers from The Athletic next. And at 4:30, more Illinois basketball talk. Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. We are off early at 5:10 today.
If you want to weigh in, you can. You can call the Jupiter's The Crossing phone line or text the Cheap Hour text line at 217-359-2255. That's 217-359-2255. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Tay and J Show. Download the WSJK app. You can watch us live on YouTube. Just search Tay and J Show. Get our podcast at espncu.com or find us on iTunes. That's all powered by GTPS Insurance. I think I see all our interns, Maddie Bunton, Trevor Valise, Harry Black, Austin Birkeland. Am I missing anybody?
Nope. Boom. You got it. Well done. And I have to comment on one thing on the Chief Power text line. I mentioned the 5K that I ran, and George said, so they mark kilometer races in miles. George, we're not very smart. All right, a guy like me, I just want to see miles. If you told me you're at the whatever kilometer, I'd be like, what am I, in Canada?
Then you'd have to start doing the
and I don't want to do that.
In your head.
Just tell me miles. That's what I know. Just make it easy. And unfortunately, actually, maybe the kilometer thing would have helped me because I wouldn't have been like, oh, no.
Is it us in Australia that only do miles, or does Australia even do?
I don't know.
Are we the only ones that do miles?
Probably. We're just not. Listen, we're America.
That's right.
We decide what we want and we stick with it. And if you don't like it, then whatever.
Yeah.
We're America.
Yeah, you got to do things our way.
Exactly. You come over here, you're going to learn miles, not kilometers. It is the Tay and J Show.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com. Going on 5 years, Rock's Place in St. Joseph has become the neighborhood sports bar and grill for a lot of folks in the area. Rock's Place is known for their delicious burgers, and they also have great daily food and drink specials. Plus, Rock's has plenty of TVs, so you can keep tabs on the Cubs and Cardinals all summer long. And while you're there, press your luck on one of Melody Music's video gaming machines. For delicious food, cold drinks, and good company, make it Rock's Place, 101 North Main Street in St. Joseph. Find them on Facebook, ROCHS in St. Joseph.
When the tent goes up, the prices go down. Shields Auto Group's Great Tent Event happening this week across from the Super Walmart in Rantoul. Look for the big tent and save. 2 dealerships, 9 manufacturers. Used vehicles with payments as low as $149 a month. New vehicles priced at actual invoice. Discounts up to 25% off MSRP. Great Tent Event happening this week. Shields Auto Center and Shields Auto Mart have combined their inventory for this gigantic event. Over 300 vehicles. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. 0 down payment, 0% financing, up to 72 months. Cash rebates on the spot financing. Top dollar for your trade. And almost every vehicle we sell comes with a full powertrain warranty, so you never, ever have to worry. Shields Auto Center and Shields Auto Mart. Great tent event happening this week across from the Super Walmart in Rantoul. Look for the big tent and save. On approved credit payments based on 5.99% interest for 48 months. Tax title license of 1,000 down. Stock number 40532.
Our customers are neighbors. For over 140 years, Busey has been proud to partner with our communities for purpose and progress. Busey backs our neighbors with a solid promise to reinvest in our communities one project at a time. We live where we loan because we want you to love where you live. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations for solutions to your banking and wealth management needs. Busey, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Beacon Insurance and your local independent agent are committed to providing the best coverage options and the best service possible. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at beaconinsurance.com and on social media. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Beacon Insurance. It's a great way to learn more about insurance for your auto, home, life, or business. You'll stay up to date with important announcements. Plus, they'll throw in a few fun facts along the way. For beyond the expected information, follow Beacon Insurance on Facebook today.
Our Stevie J Broadcasting Law Enforcement Official of the Month is Mike Cervantes, a K-9 officer with his dog Hunter.
Thank you for what you do. Why do you do it?
Oh, there's a lot of reasons. I think the main one is it's an honorable profession. You know, I work with a lot of good guys, kind guys, compassion. For Police Week, Sergeant Rivers and I and his family, we went out and put flags on the graves of the officers that had passed away. Guys that are courageous. And it's not a lot of professions that you can go into and you can say, yeah, these are my coworkers, these are the people that I work with, and we do it, for each other. It's, like I said, not a lot of guys you feel to say, okay, yeah, when the stuff hits the fan, I can trust my life with these guys, and that's what we do. It makes me a better husband and father, and being able to help people when they need it. People that maybe sometimes can't help themselves, or they're not able to defend themselves the same way.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors, their website, callsktoday.com. Hi, it's Stevie J. Start your day with me along with Diane Ducey, weekday morning 7 to 9, here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkland with the 3:30 Sports Center update, brought to you by State Farm agent John K. Wood. Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. Find out about how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent John K. Wood in Champaign at 217-367-1105. Former Illini forward DJ Williams has transferred, and he's transferring to George Washington University. Anthony Rizzo kept his streak of leadoff hits going last night in the Cubs game, in the Cubs 4-1 win over the San Diego Padres. The two teams are playing right now, and the score of that game is 2-2. Coach Underwood has another top prospect visiting campus today, 24 hours after point guard Ayo Dosunmu visited campus 24 hours ago. Small forward Taylor Horton-Tucker is on an unofficial visit. THT is from Chicago Simeon and is the second best small forward in the state to Champaign product Tim Finke. The Cardinals had dismantled the Phillies 8-1, but it took 11 innings to do it. Tommy Pham and Yadi Molina both hit bombs in a 7-run 11th inning. Check out the game tonight between the Cardinals and the Phillies tonight on ESPN-CU at 6:05. Marian Hossa of the Blackhawks is sitting out 1 year due to a painful and serious skin condition that comes with a reaction to the hockey equipment. The Blackhawks are not going to get salary cap reprieve. There were some trades in the NBA last night. The first was the Lakers sent Timothy Mozgov and D'Angelo Russell to the Nets for Brooke Lopez and the 27th pick. The second was the Atlanta Hawks are sending Dwight Howard and the 31st pick to the Charlotte Hornets for Miles Plumlee, the Italian Marco Bellinelli, and the 41st pick in this year's draft. And that, my friends, is the Sports Center update.
Are we sure Bellinelli's from Italy?
I think it's self-explanatory with that last name.
Thank you, Austin. It is the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5.
Stephanie Pratt, the realtor that rocks, the Coldwell Banker, the real estate group, is hooking you up with a master-built smokehouse. And right now, if you text the word smoke to 217-359-2255, that's 359-2255, you'll be entered for a chance to win a master-built smokehouse.
That'd be a good nickname for somebody. Old Smokey.
Smokehouse?
Yeah. Smokehouse Rat Baron.
Yeah! Bam! We'll give away the first smoker July 14th and get recipes that rock for summer cookouts and parties at StephaniePrattHomes.com. For more info on the smoker giveaway, go to ESPNCU.com.
we were on that one. That guy will live in infamy around here. It is the Tay and J Show. Lonte, Jeremy Werner are going to talk to Scott Powers from The Athletic here in a bit. I'll give you an update on the Cubbies and Padres tied at 2, and I guess Anthony Rizzo did not have a hit leading off. What an amazing run that Rizzo went on there.
Yeah, new school leadoff man, huh? His first 7 games leading off. Home run, walk, single, double, single, home run.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's tied for 5th in Major League Baseball with 3 leadoff home runs this season. He's batted leadoff 7 times.
I mean, that kid, wow.
And I got to tell you.
What a likable guy, too.
If you're the Cubs, you're in good shape for the future. I mean, you need pitching. You need to address your pitching. You are in good shape. But are you not scared of what else is in the National League right now?
Oh, my goodness.
The Nationals are a powerhouse. Mm-hmm. Scherzer went... I think I got to find that stat of what he did today.
He's pitched 82 games, right?
82 games for the Nationals. He's carried a no-hitter into the 6th inning of 11 of those.
Oh, my goodness. That's just utter dominance.
And today he didn't give up an earned run, and the Nationals lost.
That's crazy.
I mean, we talk. Kershaw's the best pitcher in the game, but I mentioned yesterday
yes, you
during
did.
the list, he's the second best pitcher in the game. I love Chris Sale, but Scherzer is just on another level right now. But then how about the Dodgers?
Right. And how about Jordan Zimmerman, by the way, for the Nationals? He's tearing it up.
Ryan Zimmerman.
Or Ryan, not Jordan. I'm sorry. He's the pitcher.
Yeah, Jordan's an overpaid pitcher on the Detroit Tigers.
Right, he's gone. Ryan Zimmerman. And, yeah, then you've got the Dodgers, who Bellinger did it again last night, right?
10 home runs in a 10-game span. I mean, everyone's talking about Aaron Judge, and rightfully so.
Sure.
But Bellinger, what he's doing is just as impressive. I mean, we have 2 rookies who might be leading in the MVP race.
Unbelievable.
Right? I mean, the Rookie of the Year has already been decided. Ian Happ just hit another homer today. I think it was Joe Sheehan yesterday tweeted out that it's already over.
Right.
I mean, Bellinger's already won it.
It's not even close.
Hit 22 home runs in 52 games or something like that.
My goodness.
It's got Gary Sanchez. He's on a better pace than that was last year. And then Aaron Judge has had an unbelievable run here. So and then Corey Seager hits 3 home runs last night. The Dodgers are just loaded with talent.
And you know, when you are one of the solid teams and you know you can win a World Series, you have to start looking around and understanding what your competition is going to be, not only in the National League but also in the other league. And of course, you've got Houston just playing ridiculous, but you also have Colorado getting better and better. Now, I don't know that they scare me in the end.
Colorado has a great offense, of course.
Yes.
Part of that is Coors, but they also hit outside of Coors. and they have a great bullpen.
Right.
You know, Greg,
There you go.
They addressed that in the offseason. They said, all right, if we can't get all these starters to come, let's get a bunch of relievers and kind of build like the Yankees did with their bullpen.
Not a bad idea.
And the Indians did.
Yep.
And they got Boone Logan, who's a lefty reliever, lefty specialist.
Boom.
And then Greg Holland.
Right.
Is leading, he's got 30 saves or something already. So they addressed their needs. The Arizona Diamondbacks are showing how much young talent they have. Greinke has bounced back.
He's crazy.
Everything that went wrong last year, besides A.J. Pollock, is going right this year. So that team's really, really good. And the Cubs are too.
Yes.
But that's why it was smart of Theo Epstein to go get Aroldis Chapman last year.
Yes.
Because you never know when you're going to get that chance again. It's just like the Nationals shutting down Strasburg that one year. You will never know if you're going to get that great of an opportunity again. So when you get it, you got to do it. And that's why the Astros, or some of these other teams, if you're that good right now,
you got a shot, take it.
You got to go after it. You got to be aggressive, in my opinion.
And this will be interesting to see. We all pretty much know what the Cubs are going to do at the trade deadline. They're going to try to get pitching. We understand that, starting pitching, but it will be interesting. Do you think there's a veteran out there that's not a pitcher that the Cubs would go get to help them down the stretch? Is there one guy? I mean, they really don't need anybody.
Lineup, there's nobody. It's pitching.
It's just pitching.
It's got to be pitching.
And I don't know that Carl Edwards Jr. has been unreal.
Yeah.
That guy has
Wade
been unreal.
Davis has
Wade
been
Davis,
great.
I mean, their bullpen is solid.
I mean, Strop has his ups and downs, but he's a pretty good reliever.
He totally does. We're efforting, by the way, Scott Powers from The Athletic to talk some hockey and talk Marian Hossa of the Chicago Blackhawks. But, well, it will be interesting to see what the Cubbies do. And I think this will be a fun, like you said yesterday, every team in the American League is within 5 games, right, of the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll have to check that.
And it's one of those situations, if that's still the case, where you wonder then if that doesn't mean will there be as many moves, because you've got teams like the Cubs are going to be out there looking for pitching.
I still think there are probably about 10 teams that are buyers already.
Okay.
And there are probably 10 teams that are sellers already, because even in the American League,
yep,
the White Sox are sellers.
Sure,
right?
sure.
Even if they're close, they're going to be sellers.
They're going to sell.
Kansas City is an interesting team because they have this talent. They have it for one more year.
Right.
And do you make one last run at it in the AL Central?
I think you're happy with your series and you get out of there.
Or do you just try and rebuild, depending on what you can get here? Detroit's in a weird spot, but
yes,
Oakland's a seller. Everyone else, though, kind of in the middle of that. Like, do we sell, do we buy? Detroit, Kansas City, Baltimore,
St.
Toronto,
Louis,
Seattle. I'm just talking American League.
Oh, right.
And then the National League. National League is much more clear.
Yes.
I mean, Washington, Colorado, Dodgers, Arizona, the Cubs are buyers. St. Louis and Milwaukee are kind of in that in-between phase.
Agree.
Atlanta, probably not going to buy yet, but
No.
I don't know if they're going to sell very much.
It'll be interesting. It should be fun. Every year it's fun, but this year it could be interesting because the Cubs are going to make some moves. The White Sox want to make some moves, and it'll be interesting as Cardinals fans sit there and think, what is Mozeliak going to do to shake this thing up? So all 3 of our teams should be fairly active when that rolls around. It is time to talk some hockey. It's time to head to the Jupiters of the Crossing phone line. We welcome in our buddy from The Athletic. You can follow him on Twitter @ByScottPowers. It is Scott Powers. How are you, buddy?
Good. How you guys doing?
We are good.
Well, Scott, can you just explain to our listeners and to us that haven't read too much up on it, but what is Marian Hossa's condition and what does this mean for his future?
Yeah, so last night there came about some news. Elliot Friedman from Sportsnet and Canada reported that Marian Hossa may not be able to play anymore due to the skin disorder, and the details of it were a bit vague. And the Blackhawks and Hossa and the team doctor kind of came with some more details today about something he's been dealing with, and it's become progressive and just something that he feels like he can no longer play with. And so they're going to seek treatment and see what they can do. And kind of they canceled out this season, where he definitely will not play this upcoming season. Nothing was said about his future, whether retirement or what this means. But he's out this year, and a bit of a shock where he's coming off a pretty good season where he had a pretty bounce back year and played pretty well, scoring 26 goals. And he probably doesn't have much hockey left. So at 38 and he turning 39 this season, whether this might be time to host it all together.
We can talk about the financial hit this does on the Blackhawks because I believe they still have to pay him here. But I know in hockey, it's so set in stone of, you lose this guy and that's tough because he was the guy that would get in front of the net. Or you lose this guy, he was that good defenseman on the power play at the blue line. What exactly would the Hawks lose this year by losing Marian Hossa?
Just Just from a personnel perspective?
Yeah, right.
A guy that plays both ways. He's obviously had his offensive ability and the way that he used to play as a youngster. He could score 30, 40 goals, and that's he's kind of dropped down in recent years. Last year he had the bounce back season, scoring 26. But he's been a guy that just plays two ways. It's just gets after defensively, back checking, and he's obviously played on the top line for a long time with Saad and Taves, and a little bit more of a defense role this past year, kind of getting bumped down that third line and play with Kruger. But overall, a guy that just he plays the game the right way, continues to play on the defensive side, and is often faced against some of the top opposing lines. And then in the room, guys they all respect, and a lot of guys when you talk to them, they feel like they've learned a lot. I know Brandon Saad, especially as he was coming up, he felt like he credited a lot of what he did to Hossa, and Taves has been the same way. And I think throughout that organization, there's a lot of respect for him as a player on and off the ice.
Scott, what does this mean for what the Blackhawks do this offseason? Because, that's a big contract and a lot of money that's not going to be used on the ice. Yeah, no,
it certainly, I think, changes what their thought process was, where, you thought for sure Marcus Kruger and Trevor Van Riemsdyk were gone to Vegas. From what I was told today from a source that Kruger won't be taken by Vegas tonight, so it doesn't really resolve his future. He could still be gone within this week or later on, but he's not going to Vegas. I still think Van Riemsdyk will end up with Vegas. But what the Blackhawks can do when they put Hossa in the long-term injury reserve is anything that they go over the cap, which will be the cap ceiling this upcoming season will be 75. So if the Blackhawks get the $75 million with the rest of their players, they can use Hossa's cap, which is a little bit over $5 million other guys. So it definitely gives them a little bit more freedom that they didn't have a few days ago. And it's been a cap team for a while now, and it seemed like it was another offseason where they'd have to move a guy or two just to get underneath the cap, and you didn't expect it to happen with Hossa. So it does free up some money for the Blackhawks and allow them maybe to pursue some of those voids that you saw in that first round against Nashville.
Well, that confused me, Scott, because I was thinking that would still be counted, but you're saying it doesn't count for the Hawks, obviously, and their salary.
No, so if he goes on the long-term injured reserve, you can use whatever exceeds the cap ceiling. So if they were at $74 million, then you'd have Hossa's $5 million. You basically have $4 million that you could still use. So, as long as they're a lot of teams have used, kind of Chris Pronger in the past, teams have actually used those contracts to get to the ceiling or get to at least to the basement, allow them to be cap compliant. In this case, the Blackhawks would use it sort of like they did Patrick Kane when he got hurt in the before the 15 run, where before that they were able to use that money and sign other players. So that'll be the case where Hossa's cap hit will still be in place, so because he's on the LTIR, they'll actually be able to exceed the cap ceiling due to it.
He's Scott Powers. You can follow him on Twitter @ByScottPowers. Read his stuff, The Athletic. How does the expansion draft affect the Blackhawks?
Yeah, I think Trevor Van Riemsdyk's still the one that's going to be taken. They exposed a lot of players, and Kruger and Van Riemsdyk were the biggest names. Van Riemsdyk, he's become a reliable third pairing defenseman. He's been steady enough, and I think Quenneville's trusted him. I think he's replaceable too with Blackhawks and can find other guys that can fill in that spot. So I think losing Kruger, as much as that may have been necessary from cap reasons, keeping Kruger around could also benefit the Blackhawks, where he's so defensive minded, and he's playing the PK, and the way Quenneville utilizes him in just such a defensive manner that he can still be effective. The Blackhawks need that depth and players around him that can score. But I think Kruger's still a good player. So, but I think Van Riemsdyk will be the one to go, and I think replacing him, the Blackhawks can probably figure it out.
So this expansion draft, the Knights can also just not take a player and get a pick? You think the Blackhawks will be a part of that?
Well, there's side deals where you can let the Knights know which player you don't want them to take. So you'll see some side deals done over the next few days, and guys that the Knights may acquire from one team and then trade them to someone else, and a lot of draft picks, and obviously a team that's kind of building for the future where you don't expect them to win the cup in the next few years, but they're looking to get a lot of assets and guys they can turn over and improve them in the future. So you'll see a lot of weird three-way trades and different sort of ways that people can protect and give up the guys they want to.
Scott Powers, The Athletic. Scott, if you and I were having a beer, that'd be awesome, by the way. We could do that sometime in Chicago. If we were having a beer and I asked you to kind of tell me a little bit about the Blackhawks and their run with Stanley Cups and the Penguins and their run with Stanley Cups, how would you contrast and compare those two franchises and what they just were able to do?
Yeah, no, it's certainly similar. I think with the Penguins winning consecutive cups, it's a little bit more impressive where that hasn't been done. And the fact that, it seems like every time the Blackhawks have won it, they've had to be impacted, by the salary cap and trying to find ways around that first. So Pittsburgh to put together, consistently have that team, 2 years in a row and do that, and still have a bright future ahead of them. I think it's telling. Not taking anything from the Blackhawks, and the 3 cups are certainly impressive.
Sure.
But I think the fact the Penguins were able to do it in consecutive years, it's pretty special.
Scott, I wanted to pub something else you're doing at The Athletic, and that's your podcast where it's called Talk About Sports Writing, which I love the title.
I love that.
Because we always ask questions with talk about instead of actually asking a question. So what got you into that? Is this kind of just a passion project of yours?
Yeah, there's some of the side projects, a little time off, and something I've been thinking about for a while, and The Athletic supported, and I've been doing this for a little bit now, and always talking about journalism and sports writing when you're around other writers and talking about the craft and the trade, and a lot of people that I've had on the show, I certainly respect what they do, and I feel like I'm learning from them, and it's been fun though. It's kind of conversing about what we do, and whether it's the beats or how you organize stories or developing sources, all that type of stuff. So it's been a fun little side project. Hopefully keep on doing it.
It's always cool. When I worked in television, the thing that blew my mind was how people they didn't necessarily care about your product on the air. They wanted to know how you got to that point. Yeah. What do you do at night? Like, what do you just sit there for 3 hours and eat? I'm like, no, I have to go out and get highlights. I have to produce a show. I have to write the show. Yeah. That stuff, kind of the behind the scenes, very, very interesting. And Scott Powers, we are always interested in what you have to say, and glad you're part of our Tay and J Show. Scott Powers from The Athletic. You can follow him on Twitter. By Scott Powers. That's where it's at. Scott, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, man. Scott Powers still the quickest guest to ever get off the air. There's not a guest that gets off the air quicker. Thanks, guys.
This from Joe Cowley of the Chicago Sun-Times. General Manager Gar Forman is either playing the ultimate game of NBA trade chicken or has no intention of actually looking to deal 3-time All-Star Jimmy Butler. That was the feeling from several NBA front offices on Wednesday as the asking price for Butler remained, quote, basically unobtainable.
Wow.
The good news for the Bulls GM, if he really wants to move Butler, there are multiple teams willing to be dance partners, and Foreman still has a window to lower his demands if he wants to get a draft day deal done by Thursday night. I don't think they're going to deal.
No.
I have never thought they would actually pull the trigger. I do think they have leverage because there are multiple teams interested in a top 15 player in the game.
Without a doubt.
There's a lot of assets out there, whether it's Boston, whether it's Phoenix, whether it's Cleveland, Minnesota. Yep. Those teams all have assets, or Cleveland can find the way to get assets by dealing Kevin Love that can get you something back, great. But if you're going to trade him, you better get great value back. So I don't think you just trade Jimmy Butler just to trade him.
I agree.
But if the price is right, I think you need to do it.
If he comes back, Dwayne Wade is back, obviously. What do they do with Rondo, and how competitive?
They'll probably bring him back, even though Wade and Butler don't want him.
Right.
Because it's not that Rondo is a bad teammate or whatever it is. It's because when those three are on the court, you have no shooting.
It just doesn't work.
They need somebody who can shoot.
Yes.
And how do you do that? You go into free agency, you go get a Patty Mills or somebody like that. And I think that team can be decent in the East. I think that can be a top 4 or 5 team in the East, which if that's the Bulls' goal, okay, go get Patty Mills. Don't do Rondo. Don't bring that thing back again. You need to put the pieces together that Hoiberg wants, or you have to use Jimmy Butler now when his value's the highest, when you still have a chance to trade him for a lot of talent and start this rebuild.
I feel like for a guy that's not a bad guy, like he's not a bad locker room guy, he's not a bad bench guy in Rajon Rondo, I feel like he's just been a villain both years he's been with, or last year, and then if that happens.
The Bulls, he was really, it seemed like a really good influence. Now, other places he's really bashed with coaches.
Okay. And he was good at the end.
He's a really smart basketball player.
Right.
I'll give him that.
He was good at the end for sure. All right, if you want to weigh in, 359-2255. That's 217-359-2255. It is the Tay and J Show. Dough is the original calzone company, and they cater all types and sizes of events, from office orders to private parties to entire visiting football teams. Everyone will be sure to enjoy something different than the same old sandwiches or pizza. DP Dough also delivers to nearly all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy until late at night. So give them a call or order online when you're hungry and no one else is delivering. With over 1 million calzones served since opening in 2006, DP Dough is sure to satisfy and fill you up. DP Dough, the original calzone company.
Protect your future with AA Marshall Home Inspection Services. Buyer's inspection with a buyback guarantee and seller's inspection. No surprises before closing. Owned by me, Aaron Allenbaugh, and my wife Kim, and serving all of East Central Illinois. Get more details and schedule your inspection today at aamarshall.net.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. What will you do during the next market correction? At Provident, we believe a sound financial plan is the surest way to avoid panic during market volatility. Contact us today to put a plan in place for you. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network.
Provident, partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Are you looking for a new home or planning to refinance your existing home? Hi, this is Todd Durakan from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, getting you and your home faster with loan closings in 30 days. Mortgage loans and refinancing that's fast, friendly, and local. We invite you to visit our experienced team of mortgage experts to find out how First Federal Savings Bank can help you with your loan closing in 30 days. For more information, visit 356bank.com. First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Get what you want out of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The official fan store of the Fighting Illini is moving. Game Day Spirit, currently located at 1422 South Neal Street, is moving to the corner of Neal and Kirby in Champaign this July. In the meantime, they're preparing for the lowest prices of the season to be available during their moving sale in June. Stay tuned for more information and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram by searching Game Day Spirit. Stay in the know of all things Game Day and all things Fighting Illini with Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini.
Hey, Sue, check out these sandals. I don't wear sandals. They're so cute.
Dry, cracked feet? Carousel Intensive Foot Repair doesn't just cover. Carousel removes hard, dry skin, then deeply moisturizes and actually repairs. Feet look good so fast you see a visible difference in just one day.
Sue, you look great in these sandals. Get them. Yeah.
Carousel Intensive Foot Repair in the foot care aisle. See the one-day difference.
Tolono Fun Day starts June 23rd on Friday with the 5K run and walk and kids stash with help from Busey Bank Tolono. Be a part of the Tolono Twilight Track, then the free family movie in the park with Moana, including free popcorn thanks to Tolono Monocle. All day, June 24th, Tolono has festivities to the Boom Boom Boys do their fireworks show at 9:15 on June 24th, sponsored by Brian's Buildings in Tolono. Support the Tolono Fun Day Festival by getting your golf cart raffle ticket thanks to Battery Specialist plus golf carts. Facebook has all the details. Just search Tolono Fun Day.
When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Okay, Jeremy, I got something for you.
I got something for you, too.
Okay. Do you let change pile up in your car?
No, I usually lose it because I got to use it so often.
Okay.
I usually let it pile up on my dresser at home.
Okay. My truck, in the middle console, I save quarters. So the years that my boys were born, 2000 and 2007, if I find a quarter from that year, I save that and I stash it away. And I've always laughed and joked saying, look, Lucas, I'll give this to you your freshman year of college. You can use that for beer money.
Yeah.
Or you can do whatever you want with it, but I'm going to save those. On the other compartment, I keep all my loose change. And I'm not kidding you. I went out to the truck real quick. I bet I have $5 worth of change. So here's my question.
Pennies.
Right, there are a lot of pennies in there. And I do look for wheat pennies. Wheat pennies are good luck.
What the heck's a wheat penny?
If on the back of a penny, instead of the capital or something on the back, you'll have just a picture of a wheat.
Oh,
a piece of wheat.
I barely ever have change anymore.
It's called a wheat penny. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. See, I'm still a cash guy. So here's my question. Is it embarrassing to use a bunch of change to pay for something? And here's why. I sometimes get to the point, like right now I have to, or else change goes everywhere in my truck. I will go in and make a $3.40 purchase with all cash. With all change, I mean.
Is that embarrassing? If it's mostly
I don't have any money?
If it's mostly quarters, I think you're okay.
Are people
if
behind
you're going
me
in
going,
with a bunch
really?
of nickels and dimes? Now, if you're going to get like a soda.
Right.
Or a bag of chips.
Which is what I spend it on.
Yeah, that is cool.
Okay.
Like if you're going to get your candy before the show on.
Yes.
Yes, I think that is completely
I just
fair
worry
game.
that people, number one, behind me go,
it is currency,
oh, crap.
okay? It is
Yes.
currency,
It's currency.
that is allowed by our U.S. government. So you are...
might as well use it.
Now, if you paid like $10.28,
I would not do that.
Just whip out a bag of nickels.
I would not do that. I do wish in America we would get to the point where we round up or down. So, hey, Lon, your bill is $9.08. Guess what? Just give me $9.
I think they've done studies on how that would affect the economy.
It'd be crazy. Can you imagine losing 8 cents every time?
Because it takes more money to make a penny than a penny's worth.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. But I just want I don't want to be the guy that holds up the line with a bunch of change, or the guy that people look at and go, man, is he that broke that he has to use a bunch of change?
All right, I have a list.
Oh, no.
And Harry Black, if he's paying attention, should be a part of this list.
Okay.
Because it's a hockey list.
Get the mic, Harry.
Jeremy has got a list. He's got a list. Jeremy has got a list. Cause we love to go through lists just to mess with the law.
And Harry, I'm throwing Harry in there on this one. All right. Cottage cheese. I had cottage cheese today.
Did you? Okay. All right. Marian Hossa, who's in the news today, is fourth on the active career goals list. Who is in the top 10 along with him?
Wow.
I know a couple of these.
Do you?
Go.
I'm going to say just the ones I know.
Wait, let's start with Lon, and then I'll go to you, Harry.
I don't know a couple of these.
You know, come on.
Without thinking. Let me think for a second.
All right, Harry, give me one.
Jaromir Jagr.
Number one on the
my
list,
goodness.
765 goals he has played since 1990.
He would have been my guess because the guy is older than dirt.
Good old Jeremy Jaguar.
Jeremy Jaguar. I'm thinking around hockey. Shane Doan, he doesn't score.
Shane Doan, number 7.
That's just because of how old he is.
Well, that's the thing. I'm thinking of old guys here.
402 goals. Now, there's some younger guys on this one. Sid Crosby, number 10 on the list, 382.
Wow, isn't that
He's the youngest on the list.
Is Jerome McGinley?
Number 2 on
Good
the list,
call.
625 goals. I should say Sid is the youngest with another player.
Oh,
Iggy.
Alexander Ovechkin?
That's correct. 3, 558
You
goals.
said he's
already.
number 3?
Yes.
Wow.
558 goals. Host is 4, so you guys got the top 5 already.
I'm going through.
You got Doan and Crosby, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
How about...
I'm going through the list here in my mind. Well, how about Kaner?
Patrick Kane is not
He's
in the
too
top
young.
10. He's number 26 at 285.
How about Joe Pavelski?
Joe Pavelski.
Sharks?
No.
I don't think he would be.
He's number
old,
23.
Okay.
He's number 23.
He is old.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
He came in the league in 2006, though.
Did he?
Really?
Who are we missing from some of those, like
How about-
Joe Thornton?
Yeah.
Joe Thornton, number 9 on the
Okay.
list, 384.
I was going to say him. I was like, it's Pavelski or Thornton?
I'm trying to think of just some old dudes in the
Patrick
league.
Marleau?
Yes, he's number
Wow.
5
How about that for the Sharks?
on
Yeah.
the list at 508. So you have number 6
that was-
and number 8 left.
Last year was really their only chance to get a cup.
It was.
Because they're
It was.
way too old.
So 6 and 8. Who are we missing? We missing
trying to
somebody
think
off like
if he's still playing
Columbus or something.
Martin St. Louis?
No.
Oh,
He must have just retired. Or is he...
You got one guy who played for Columbus and the Rangers.
Columbus. And the Rangers.
Rick Nash.
That's
Rick
correct.
Nash,
Rick
good call.
Nash.
Good call.
And the last guy played for Minnesota, the Rangers, and now plays for the Kings.
Eric Stahl. Oh,
No.
no. He played for
Plays for the Kings
played
now.
for the Hurricanes.
Plays for the Kings now.
6'1", 205 from Czechoslovakia.
Luke Robitaille.
Right wing, shoots lefty.
Okay, you said he played for
Mark Messier.
the Rangers and
He
who else?
started with Minnesota, played for the Rangers, a little bit Columbus, and now is with the Kings.
Now's with the Kings.
Oh God.
Antsy Kopitar.
Marion Gaborik.
Marion Gaborik. He was so good when he was with the Rangers.
Yes, he
You guys went 9 for 10 there. Well
That's
done.
not bad. Well, Harry, you did a great job.
There you go.
He is our hockey guy, man. He needs to get a job at ESPN just doing hockey stuff.
They don't talk hockey.
They don't. I know. That's the case.
Hey, next hour we'll talk with Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. We're going to do our hypothetical expansion draft.
Oh, I got to do that.
Who would you protect if you were the Cubs, Cardinals, White Sox, and had 10 protections?
All right, we'll do it next. It is the Tay and J Show.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know the quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
During warm weather, you need your AC to keep you cool. See your Champaign CarX man right now for an air conditioning performance check starting at $29.99. At CarX Tire and Auto, we can handle everything your car needs from maintenance to repair. And we'll get your air conditioning running perfectly just in time for summer. So don't sweat it. See your CarX man at any of our 3 Champaign locations for a $29.99 air conditioning performance check. All your car needs is CarX Tire and Auto.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
Time is running out to register your child for youth football. Go to CIYFL.com to register now. This year's championship will be held at Memorial Stadium October 15th. Also, register now and your child will receive 1 ticket to Youth Football Day with the Fighting Illini. Registration ends June 30th, so hurry. Go to CIYFL.com. That's CIYFL.com.
The deals keep going in June at Ford of Hoopston and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Hoopston. At Ford, save up to $11,000 on the popular Ford F-150 and up to $6,000 off Ford Explorer. At Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get a Jeep Cherokee up to $6,000 off, or Jeep Renegade has $5,000 in savings. Chrysler Pacificas have up to $2,750 in savings, and Ram trucks as much as $6,250 in incentives. Near the intersection of Routes 1 and 9 in Hoopston, or online at HoopstonChrysler.com or FordofHoopston.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
And being questioned, the witness says the man in custody looked, quote, blank, just totally blank.
Fox's Brian Yennis. We can expect more details tomorrow, we're told, about Senate Republicans' health care plan. Fox's Jared Halpern's at the Capitol.
What's described as a discussion draft of a long-awaited Republican Senate health care bill will be revealed tomorrow morning, and a vote could come next week.
Soon, we will finally have the chance to turn the page on this failing law.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has faced criticism from Democrats and from within his own party for secrecy surrounding the plan.
If you're frustrated by the lack of transparency in this process, I share your frustration.
Utah Republican Mike Lee, in a Facebook video, Republican leaders can afford no more than 2 defections to pass a bill. Chris.
Jared, thanks. Jurors in Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial are having their names made public. Here's Fox's Cornell Scott.
And Chris, Judge Stephen O'Neill said the names of the 7 men and 5 women who deadlocked should be public knowledge, but urged them not to discuss details beyond their own thought processes during deliberations. Lawyers for media outlets sued for the sake of transparency and also to perhaps find out how split the jury was. Both the prosecution and defense in the case are against this because it may make an impartial jury hard to find for the next trial. Chris.
Colonel Scott. On Wall Street today, the Dow down 37, the NASDAQ up 46, and you're on the Fox Report. Fair and balanced.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
Summer involves a lot of driving to camp, to work, to soccer, back home to grab what they forgot, and then back to soccer again. So wouldn't you like to know your car is up for it? Enter Hum by Verizon. Now you can check your car's health from your phone with vehicle diagnostics, drive with more peace of mind thanks to 24/7 emergency assistance, and let the kids stream and game on the go with your car's own Wi-Fi hotspot. Get Hum and get where you're going. Learn more at hum.com. Verizon Wi-Fi available on Hum X only. Data usage applies. Coverage not available everywhere. Visit vzw.com for availability.
President Trump's on his way to Iowa for a rally tonight.
The Make America Great T-shirts and hats are back out in Iowa today, a state President Trump hopes to hold on to in a 2020 re-election bid. Mr. Trump claimed the Hawkeye state in his 2016 win with 52% of the vote. Hundreds lined up outside the U.S. Cellular Center here in Cedar Rapids, awaiting Mr. Trump, some folks even gathering here last night. Yet the crowd here today, hours before the event anyhow, is decidedly smaller than at some other Trump rallies earlier this year.
Fox's Jeff Flock. More people sold their homes last month.
The National Association of Realtors says existing home sales rose more than 1% from April. More homes sold than a year ago, even though there were fewer homes for sale and prices were higher. The median sales price for a home last month was $252,800, the highest level ever. Sales increased in the Northeast, South, and West, but sales were lower in the Midwest.
Fox's Jenny Casola. A Yale University dean is out of a job over some online reviews.
June Chu was the dean of Yale's residential Pearson College. She's leaving her position following criticism she received for posting controversial reviews on Yelp. In one critique of a restaurant, she said it was perfect for anyone who was white trash. In another, this one for a New Haven movie theater, she remarked on its lack of sketchy crowds. Many found her Yelp critiques to be elitist and offensive. The Yale College paper first broke the story of the Chu reviews. On Tuesday, that same paper announced that Dean Chu was leaving, although the report failed to mention if she was fired or was quitting on her own. Either way, the university says a new dean would be named before the fall semester. Chu, by the way, has apologized to her students and admitted to having made poor choices. Karen McHugh, Fox News.
And in New York, I'm Chris Foster. Fox News Radio.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit them online at chiefbauer.com. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 72 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 87, low 73. Friday, should get some thunderstorms, high 84, a low of 60. Should be a beautiful weekend, sunny and in the 70s.
Sweet.
Right now, mostly cloudy, 82 degrees in Champaign-Urbana.
Am I winning life when I know I'm going to a Cardinals game Saturday with my nieces, two nieces and boys, and then going to a Def Leppard concert Sunday? Is that winning life right there? Yeah, baby. 2 in a row. Should I now start just every year go to a, is there, like Parrot Heads, their name for Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah,
I wonder if there's a name for Leopard. Leopard-ish. Leopard fans.
Lepers?
I don't think there's really the deaf fanatics. That doesn't sound right. I don't know.
Hey, by the way, if you want something fun to do this summer, join the station for the first ever trip to the Wrigley Field rooftop for Cubs baseball. If you've never been to a rooftop,
it's cool.
It is awesome.
Really cool.
And this trip, they're going to bus you there. They're going to bring you back. They're going to take you. It's all inclusive at the rooftop. You get all you can eat and includes steak, chicken breast sandwiches, Chicago-style hot dogs, grilled brats, beef sandwiches, burgers, also a bunch of beer. Any beer, basically, you can ask for, and soft drinks, all of that. Wine, if you like wine at a baseball game.
That'd be interesting.
You can buy tickets, get more information at espncu.com. It's the Wrigleyville Rooftop Experience. You'll get an Illinois Charter motor coach and then arrive at Wrigley Field Rooftop for food and fun.
I have no problems with someone drinking wine. None.
No.
In fact, in the last year, I have started to drink a little wine. I can't remember what it is. The white, maybe, I don't even know.
Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, that's it. It's the Pinot Grigio. I like that. It's not too dry, and probably wine drinkers are like, wow, that's a dry.
A little sweet.
It's a little sweet, but if I'm at a baseball game and I look across the room and you're sipping wine while watching baseball.
You got to put the pinky up, right?
You and I are going to have some problems today. That's all
I don't know.
saying.
I've seen people with wine get one of those bags. Can you drink a bag of wine?
I guess
at a game.
I guess
is that
if you
more
just,
baseballish?
If you attached it to you and you just walked around with a bag,
you get the box wine.
Oh yeah,
and it's in a bag.
Well,
that's more baseballish, isn't it?
Yes, that's more hickish. That's more of a Boone's Farm kind of thing.
Did you ever slap the bag when you were in college? Was that a thing yet?
Slap the bag?
Yeah,
never heard that.
You'd take a huge swig and you'd slap the bag. I don't know
of wine.
We're idiots.
Oh. Thank goodness I didn't live in that era.
Just slap the bag because it was fun.
No, well, I don't know.
I don't know why.
We drank like Mad Dog 2020. Like it was orange, green, or purple. And the next day when you got sick, it came up orange, green, or purple. I can promise you that. And then you'd sit there and go, I am never drinking Mad Dog 2020 again. And like 2 weeks later, You're sitting there sipping on a purple Mad Dog. Yes! Well, you'd had enough beer.
We're all idiots.
Oh, we are.
We're all idiots.
And we were college.
We're going to talk some Illini football recruiting with Derek Piper, Illini Inquirer. DJ Williams transferring to George Washington, if you didn't hear that. And Taylor Horton Tucker is visiting Illinois today. Io DeSunmu did yesterday. So we'll get up to date with Derek.
And no commitment from Io.
No,
we didn't expect.
He's going to take some official visits. I mean, he's a big timer. He can be patient here.
That would have been cool, though.
It'd be nice to get one person on board this summer.
No doubt.
And Taylor Horton Tucker would be a good one as well. So we'll talk with Derek about that at 4:30. But right now, you got the NHL expansion draft.
Yes.
Tonight, and these are pretty rare. I'm trying to think of my lifetime. You've had 4 MLB teams do this, 1 NBA team with the Bobcats,
3 NFL. Right?
I mean, if you were, I guess I saw I didn't see them, but I was alive when the Magic and Hornets.
Oh yeah,
came into the league as well. Because Nick Anderson was a part of that.
That's right.
Kendall Gill got drafted pretty early by the Hornets. So those 2 teams came in as well, Toronto and Vancouver.
Good call.
So those are a couple teams. NFL, the Browns.
You've had the Browns, Texans, Panthers, and
Jaguars
that all came in.
And then NHL, we've had a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of expansion in the NFL.
A lot of times
the
they just switch cities. Like the same team would switch. When I used to think Atlanta still had a team, why did Atlanta ever have an NHL team? That would be a question. I don't know. Have there been many expansion drafts in the NHL? I don't recall many. Honestly,
I'm just trying to think of the I mean, there's just been so many new Atlanta Thrashers started in 99.
I thought they were just another. Was that just a startup team? I don't even know.
Let's see. 90s, you had the Panthers, the Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
The Stars relocated to Dallas. Quebec relocated to Colorado.
Yeah.
Winnipeg came into the league here recently, didn't they? Did they come back, or did somebody move there?
I think they moved. I think it was Atlanta.
You guys moved so much in the NHL.
I think Atlanta moved to Winnipeg is what happened there. So, yeah, I don't know.
NHL does move more than
they do.
Any other
Well,
draft.
and nobody really cares. I mean, let's be honest. The only reason we care is because it's Vegas.
Canada does.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Let's see. You've had expansion drafts, 91. You had the San Jose Sharks.
Oh, okay.
And 92.
Maybe there's more than I thought.
Yeah, the Ottawa Senators and Tampa Bay Lightning.
I was drinking Mad Dog 2020 then. I was not worried about San Jose Sharks.
92, you had the Panthers and Ducks.
Okay.
98, you had the Predators. 99, you had Atlanta.
Man.
In 2000, you had Columbus and Minnesota.
Okay. Well, we've had more than I thought.
Tonight, you got the Vegas Golden Knights.
Okay. So it's been 16 years or so since they've had one. So that's cool.
Well, there's obviously a big baseball community, a big baseball show here because we talk Cubs, Cardinals, and White Sox. So we decided with a Cubs fan in Austin Berkland,
I love it,
a White Sox fan and myself, and a Cardinals fan, if there were a major league team going into Vegas starting next offseason, and you get to protect 10 players from your 40-man roster.
This is really hard.
So you can only protect 10 men from your 40-man roster. And since there are some free agents right now, the way we've decided to deal with this is if there's a free agent on the team, just assume he leaves.
Like Lance Lynn is a good example. I'm assuming he's gone.
Assume they leave.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about protecting them.
Fair enough.
So this was a very difficult exercise, I think, for the Cardinals.
Incredibly.
So we're going to save them for last.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right, Austin Berkland, let's start with the Cubs. If you had 10 protections, who would you keep?
Yep, if there was a team called the Las Vegas Aces coming up.
Aces!
That's a Harry Black idea.
Good job, Harry.
Love it. Well done.
All right. The first guy I would select is Chris Bryant to save, and then Anthony Rizzo, of course.
I don't know. That's I don't know if
dirty.
Yeah, Christo's dirty, so I don't know. He might get suspended a lot. And then I'd go with the middle infield guys, Addison, Russell, and Javi Baez. I'd save both of those.
Okay.
And then the young outfielders, I would save all three of those in Ian Happ, Albert Almora, and Kyle Schwarber. And then I would save two pitchers in Kyle Hendricks. And I know John Lester has a bigger contract that you might not expect a new expansion team to take on, but I would still save John Lester.
Okay.
Did you say Contreras?
Yes, I did.
Wilson Contreras. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you basically have an entire lineup almost.
Right.
Yes.
You do. You'd have an entire
Except Ben
field.
Zobrist.
Yes.
Ben Zobrist is my one guy that I'm not selecting.
But you have enough to field a full team right there.
And Zobrist feels like a perfect guy to go in an expansion draft.
Doesn't that feel pretty good to sit there and go, I have an expansion draft. I have our starting lineup of position players.
It's ridiculous.
And two guys who were in the Cy Young conversation last year.
The entire infield was an all-star team. It was.
All right, so
that's enough of the
Cubs. Notables you left out there.
Jason Hayward, he's out after 2018 if he can opt out, and there's nobody really else that's worth keeping, in all honesty.
Candelario
would
maybe be the other one.
I mean, if we're talking organizational talent, I would go maybe an Eloy Jimenez, but we're not. We're talking 40-man roster, so really Victor Carantini.
Montoya?
No.
I'm kidding.
Montoya?
Not Montoya, but who's the catcher?
Montero.
No,
he's old.
Well, Wade Davis will be a free agent.
Yeah.
Carl Edwards Jr. would be a nice pick.
I would keep him. I think I'd keep him.
Over who? Would you put Lester out there?
That's true. Yeah, maybe over Lester.
Because that's a lot of money for a team.
I don't think an expansion is going to spend $30 million on a pitcher.
But would the expansion team take John Lester and trade him to somebody else?
Yeah.
It would be what, three years left on that deal for
that's true.
60, 70
for a
million?
team that's looking to compete next year, maybe to the Yankees. They pick up that John Lester expansion, trade with the Yankees, and get maybe like a Gleyber Torres and a package for that.
Well, and you need pitching, so to save a couple would be huge for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
And you're in win now mode, so you need John Lester on that team. All right, White Sox. I'm starting out with Jose Quintana.
Yes.
A lot of trade value there, or one of the better pitchers in baseball over the last 5 years. Jose Abreu, I'll keep, even though he's only got 2 more years left on that deal. When it comes to current guys in the majors right now, there's not many I'm keeping.
No.
I would go with the prospects. All these guys are on their 40-man. Yohan Moncada.
Okay.
Lucas Giolito. Carson Fulmer. Carlos Rodon.
Wow.
Ronaldo Lopez. I'll keep Tim Anderson.
Yep.
Even though I have my doubts about him as a major league player. That's a good contract they have him on. Then I'm going to, I never would have thought this.
Charlie Tilson.
Avisail Garcia, I gotta.
Oh yeah, I would.
I gotta see, right?
Well, why not?
I still can't believe what I'm seeing with my eyes when it comes to Avisail Garcia this year. I've seen too much in the past that I can't unsee.
Exactly.
But he's got some value, and it comes down for me to. I think they'll deal David Robertson before this all goes down. So it came down to Matt Davidson, who has 16 homers already this season, on pace for 38, or Tommy Kahnle in the bullpen.
Yes.
And I'm keeping Kahnle.
Okay.
Because I think he's got more value. That's a great contract.
Fair
and
enough.
he could be an elite closer, or you could trade him for a lot of good pieces. Matt Davidson, I think you can find high strikeout, high power guys in the league. So it keeps James Shields out there. Hopefully somebody would take James Shields.
Boy, that's where you pray that somebody would do that. All right.
Charlie Tilson would be out there.
Yeah.
Some fringe guy, Lurie Garcia.
Okay.
These would be decent pickups for an expansion team, but those are usually the guys that are picked by an expansion team.
That's cool too to know that like 4 or 5 of those are just studs in waiting. We hope.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you hope, and that's interesting. All right. The Cardinals is hard. It's hard to pick 10 guys off this active 40-man roster. I started with Carlos Martinez.
Yes.
Obviously Reyes. I'm keeping Carp. I'm keeping Fowler.
Keeping Fowler.
I am going to keep Dexter Fowler.
I am. You're afraid that somebody would actually take that contract?
I do. Yeah, I think they would. I don't think that's a crazy contract.
I don't think it's crazy. But he's a little bit older.
He is.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but I'm keeping Fowler.
That could be a face of an expansion team.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
He was one of the guys I was considering for the final 2 spots.
Stephen Piscotty, because it's too good of a deal. Carson Kelly.
Yep.
I'm protecting my boy Colton Wong, even though I worry about that. I'm protecting Michael Wacha.
Ooh, okay.
I'm protecting him.
You are buying him as a reliever.
Well, and that's where I'm going. That or somehow that shoulder becomes a miracle again and is all right.
It will not.
I am. This is where it came down to.
You haven't said a name yet that I am surprised by.
Okay. And does it start with a G?
No.
It doesn't.
No.
Does it start with a P?
No.
Okay. I am protecting, I think, Sierra.
I knew he'd pick it. Did I say that? I told
I like that kid.
I go, he's going to keep Sierra.
I like that kid. I think he is a future outfielder that provides speed, top of the order. I like that in Sierra. Then it came down to essentially three guys. It came down to three guys. And here's the group. It came down to Grichuk, Pham, and Diaz.
All right, I got a conversation after this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Unless I'm missing somebody as I look through the list.
There's an interesting name that you're leaving off the list that I don't think's crazy, but I think it could cause Cardinals fans to go nuts.
Oh,
don't talk about it yet.
I know who you're talking about, and I'm people right now are already going nuts. Except I already protected my in the future.
Can I say this?
Okay.
You haven't mentioned Luke Weaver yet.
I haven't, and it worries me why he's not in the majors right now. And why I say that is there something about him that the Cardinals know that he cannot win at a consistent level in the big leagues?
So do you think Flaherty is going to be here before Weaver?
I don't. I mean, Flaherty's not on the 40.
No, I know, but I'm just this is a different conversation.
Yeah, I kind of do. Why wouldn't Weaver be here? I mean, what else can he do right now in AAA?
What else can Walker do?
Right. I mean, why is this not so simple to move
so right
Walker
now,
to the bullpen? So,
yeah, the obvious guys, Carlos Martinez, Matt Carpenter, Piscotty, Reyes, Carson Kelly. I think those guys are no doubters.
No doubt.
Fowler, Sierra, Waka, Wong.
Right.
So you're leaving out right now Diaz, Weaver, Jerko, Grichuk.
Right. I'm not protecting Jerko. I'm not protecting him at all.
I left him off. I had Diaz on this list, but I can understand why he wouldn't. I think last year was a fluke.
You see it on my list. I had Diaz. And the only thing is they've got shortstops in the making, Delvin Perez and such down low, but I don't know how many years they're away.
Yeah, Edmund Sosa's on the 40, man.
Yes.
I considered him, but I don't know
about
what the
that
heck
too.
he is.
Right, that's the thing. So essentially, I'm leaving off Grichuk because I just do not buy Randall Grichuk.
That'd be a great expansion outfielder.
It would be.
He'd be a great outfielder in expansion.
And I could see how people would say, you're crazy, I'd rather keep Grichuk than Sierra, especially if I'm keeping Fowler.
And the other thing we got to remember, they can only take one player from each team.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, that's true. That's exactly right. And, of course, I'm leaving Tommy Pham off because I think Tommy Pham is a good player, but he's just another player.
I don't think an expansion team's going to take him, given his age.
He's just another player. So basically, I'm going Diaz and Sierra over Grichuk in this thing.
Now, the guy you did not have on this list, Yadi Molina. You did not protect Yadi Molina. And I understand it. That contract, who would want that contract?
I don't think anybody would take him.
But what if?
Oh, I'd go crazy.
What if they did not protect him?
Oh, I'd be ticked.
And he got selected.
Oh, I'd be mad. I would be mad.
How crazy would fans go?
They would go.
No, for the Cardinals, I think it might be a good thing.
Right.
I mean, you got
Carson Kelly.
He's had another good year, all that. But can you imagine if they didn't protect him and the expansion team actually took him?
Oh, my goodness.
People
would go nuts.
They could flip him to some, but I don't think he's worth $20 million to another
I don't
team.
either, because essentially what you did
with
that
the Cardinals
last contract,
actually not protect him.
Oh my!
I think they'd protect him.
I
think they'd use one of them.
They probably would, which means you're protecting two catchers. You'd be protecting Kelly for sure, and you'd be protecting Yadi Molina, which would be crazy to me to be protecting two catchers.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where the Cardinals, like Bernie Miklitz wrote this piece. In fact, he wrote 3 great pieces today about what the Cardinals need to do next. I haven't read them yet, but I cannot wait to read these. But this is what he and Kevin Wheeler are talking about with there has got to be some tough moves coming up for the Cardinals soon. And Yadi's one of them. They're not getting rid of Yadi, but you have got to start seeing what Carson Kelly is for the future.
Lance Lynn.
Lance Lynn's
that's a
one
tough
of those.
Conversation.
That's hard, though. Would you have kept Waka? See, this is hard for me.
I got through.
Maybe keep Weaver instead of Waka?
I got Martinez, Kelly, Carpenter, Piscotty, Reyes. Then I went Weaver.
Okay.
And I had Diaz and Yadi on my list.
Okay.
Because I figured they'll keep Yadi.
That's true.
Then I was struggling. I had Leak out there.
Yeah.
Even though that 3 years.
True.
55 might be appealing to somebody.
I think he'd be a perfect expansion guy.
Fowler. I struggle with him, but I had Waka, Jerko, Wong, Grichuk, Sosa, Fowler, Leak. I'm like, those are all decent players.
It's hard.
How do you separate them?
Right, that's the problem. That's the problem. And then you look,
Waka's injuries just make me shy.
True.
I was leaning towards probably Wong and Fowler.
I think you keep Wong because he's got the potential. He's got the potential, and I think,
wonder if he's got value out in the trade market, though, because you got plenty of second basemen.
That's true, and with his contract, it's up there. That's fun. That is a fun
cool
thing.
Exercise.
I mean, that's hard. If you told me you could keep 7, it'd be easier for the Cardinals. I mean,
absolutely.
The more you add, the harder it becomes, because you look at, now I don't know if Sierra, I know it's easy to look at that 2-week stretch and say, woo, but I love what he gives you that you haven't had in a while, and that's speed in the outfield, speed at the front of the order. Yeah. And I'm still old school that likes a leadoff guy like that. So I think Sierra could play, down the stretch. And Diaz, I don't know. I watch him and I'm thinking,
last year felt like a fluke.
Yes,
when it was happening a little bit.
Without a doubt.
All right, coming up next, we'll talk Illini hoops with Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com.
I know him.
Taylor Horton-Tucker visits today. Ayo Dosunmu was in yesterday. And DJ Williams transferring to George Washington. We'll talk all Illini hoops with D. Piper coming up next.
All right, and Austin will give you an update on the Cubbies when we return. It's the Tay and J Show.
An ESPN Radio Mike and Mike Extra Point.
The New York Knicks are fielding calls on trading Kristaps Porzingis. Phil Jackson is an extraordinarily intelligent person. I don't want to be on record as saying that I think Phil Jackson is trying to get himself fired, because down deep inside, that feels like something that's so easy to say. And the notion that it's really happening is such an indictment. I mean, that is such an extraordinary personal statement to be making it on someone, that he is purposely doing his job badly so that he can walk away with $24 million. I am not going to have my name attached to that. Having said that, I cannot think of a better reason to trade Kristaps Porzingis, or better yet, to let the world know.
There's no way you can get rid of him. You just build around him. They stink, and they're making their best player going into the future not real happy. Oh. So, kudos.
Hear more from Mike and Mike tomorrow morning on ESPN Radio.
Hi, this is John Taffer from Bar Rescue. I've seen firsthand what restaurant owners can do with the capital to manage cash flow gaps. Cabbage is so important. Cabbage provides lines of credit of up to $150,000. Apply online and get a decision right away. Withdraw funds without reapplying. I signed up and had a decision in minutes. Cabbage has helped over 100,000 small businesses from every industry. Get started at Kabbage.com/owner or 855-CABBAGE. That's Cabbage with a K.
Line of credit is subject to credit approval. See terms and conditions.
Introducing the new Lucky Charms Shake at Burger King. It's a mix of hand-spun vanilla-flavored soft serve, tasty bits of Lucky Charms cereal, and memories of watching Saturday morning cartoons in your PJs. The new Lucky Charms Shake at Burger King. Relive your childhood in a cup. Maybe it's the magical marshmallow pieces flying up your straw. Maybe it's the magically delicious taste. Whatever the reason, it's a good reason to head over to a Burger King restaurant and try one now. Only at Burger King. Also, try the Fruit Loop Shake now at Burger King. Shakes available for a limited time only. Participation varies.
Your four-legged friends need protection too. Pet insurance from Pekin Insurance covers cats and dogs at least 6 weeks of age or older as an enhancement to your homeowner's coverage. Choose between $2,500 or $5,000 worth of coverage for a variety of pet health services. You can even take your pet to the veterinarian of your choice. Learn more at PekinInsurance.com or ask your local agent about how to protect your furry family members. For pet insurance that is beyond the expected, contact Pekin Insurance today.
Want a more colorful summer? Ask Sherwin-Williams and save 30% on paints and stains during the Great Summer Painting Party, June 18th through July 4th. With colors like Beach House, Julep, and Sunny Veranda, summer never looked better. Your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams paint store is right around the corner. Find it at sherwinwilliams.com/save. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
You know you need to do it, and you know you should do it at least twice a year. You owe it to yourself. I'm talking about a checkup at West Main Dental in Urbana. When was the last time you visited the dentist? If you can't remember, or you're in need of a new dentistry team, West Main Dental is where you should go. Our team at West Main Dental is waiting to see you. Come in and be catered by a professional staff that includes Dr. Janet Bardell, a University of Illinois and Southern Illinois University graduate. West Main Dental offers the highest level of dental care in a warm and comforting environment. From a simple quick checkup to providing you with an at-home teeth whitening kit or orthodontic services, trust the professionals at West Main Dental. Visit West Main Dental in downtown Urbana on Main Street, online at westmaindental.com, or call 607-1292. Trust me, you won't be able to stop smiling with a set of healthy, sparkling white teeth thanks to the work of West Main Dental. West Main Dental, online at westmaindental.com, or call 607-1292 to schedule an appointment today.
is where the art is. It's where every day begins and ends. It's a place for big occasions and small. Home is where stories unfold and where they are told. We may leave, but we always come home again. First Financial Bank can help you achieve the home of your dreams. Talk with one of our friendly loan officers and we'll help you find the loan that's right for you. Consider it our way of saying welcome home. From First Financial Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hey, this is Brad again with Kramer Siding and Window Company, and for over 60 years, we've been providing worry-free home improvements. If you've thought about either siding, windows, maybe you need to replace that roof, how about a deck, a pergola, awnings? We also have the four-season sunrooms and screen rooms, or the gutter helmet. If any of those home improvements are in your near future, call us right now at Kramer Siding or stop by our beautiful showroom at 708 North Country Fair Drive.
Coach Mike Ditka is not just talking sports. What'll he say next? Hear him here Monday and Friday mornings from 7:30 to 8 with Brother Johnny and me, Stevie J, on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkman with the 430 Sports Center update presented by State Farm agent John Kaywood. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think their car insurance costs more, but with discounts up to 40%, you may find it even costs less. Call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign, Illinois at 217-367-1105 today. Coach Underwood has another top prospect visiting campus today, 24 hours after point guard Ayo Dosunmu visited campus. Small forward Taylor Horton-Tucker is on an unofficial visit. THT is from Chicago Simeon and is the second best small forward in the state to Champaign product Tim Finke. Former Illini DJ Williams has transferred, and he will transfer to George Washington University. That was reported by Kedrick Prince. Anthony Rizzo kept his streak of getting a leadoff hit last night in the Cubs' 4-1 win over the Padres last night. The two teams are playing right now, and that score is 3-2, and what's going on now?
Schwarber just grounded out to the first baseman, but not Spangenberg.
Okay.
Game over, they lose 3-2.
Why does this always happen that the update...
I don't know, but I like it.
I don't like it.
Padres. The White Sox of the National
League. You just lost to the Padres, Austin.
And we lost the season series.
Let that soak in.
Yeah.
Go Cubs, go.
Yeah!
Go Cubs, go.
Fly the L.
Yes. The Cardinals dismantled the Phillies 8-1 last night, but it took 11 innings to do it. Tommy Pham and Yadi Molina both hit bombs in a 7th-run 11th inning. Check out the game tonight between the Cardinals and the Phillies on ESPN. See you at 6:05. It is Star Wars night, so watch out, Cardinals. Marion hosts the Blackhawks sitting out 1 year due to a painful, serious skin condition. And the Lakers, they send D'Angelo Russell to the Nets, and the Hawks send Dwight Howard to the Hornets.
Ladies and gentlemen, the San Diego Padres are dominating the Chicago Cubs.
Have we done Name That Padre yet?
No. Spangenberg.
Yeah, that guy. It's actually Spangenberg.
Spangenberg. He just looks like a normal dude. Hey, I want to tell you to join Hula Hands for live local music every Thursday evening this summer. Patio play. That's what they call it. Located on the beautiful, secluded outdoor patio and features new live performances each week and also $4.95 martini drink specials. Rain or shine, the show goes on. They simply bring it inside. And this Thursday at Hula Hands in the iHotel for patio play, it is Big Blue Stem String Band. That kind of sounds cool. That sounds really relaxing, actually. Chill back, kick back, have you a martini, have you a cold beer, and listen to Big Blue Stem String Band. They'll be there tomorrow, June 22nd. They also have great drink specials all week. Mondays, half-price domestic draft beer. Tuesdays, half-price bottles of wine. Not bad. Hula Hands. iHotel. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Rick Pitino.
All right, so the Cubs lose to the San Diego Padres. They're now 36-35. They have equal amount of losses as the Milwaukee Brewers, but they're 2 wins back in the win column. So a game behind the Milwaukee Brewers. Look out for those Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, they've
won
won
now just 4 games back. They've won 7 of their last 10, and they are a thousandth of a percentage point ahead of the Cardinals for 3rd place in the NL
So
Central.
the Cardinals are in 4th place, right?
Yes. Good thing Dan Hartwell, Cincinnati Reds are just absolutely tanking right now.
And early on they looked good, right? So thank goodness in the NL Central. Hey,
That's what you
the
got
NL
going
Central,
for you, Cubs and Cardinals.
Where on June 21st, everybody has a shot at the title.
Except the Reds.
Except the Reds.
The Reds are pretty good.
Except the Reds.
Let's get to the Jupiter's The Crossing phone line. It is the middle of June, but the recruiting wheel continues to turn, and Illinois basketball has a lot of nice visitors here recently. Let's get to the Jupiter's The Crossing phone line. Welcome in Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. How you doing, Derek?
Doing well. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy.
What is Talon Horton Tucker doing right now?
Woo.
Oh, man. Probably drinking some orange Gatorade, spotted up in a Flying Illini jersey, sitting courtside at the State Farm Center. How about that?
Yeah. So, Derek, can you take people in? I know we're not allowed to follow them on these, but what does a typical unofficial visit entail for a prospect?
Yeah, they usually show up around noon, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after, do some greeting at the Ubman facility, watch kind of an introductory video, maybe throw in some highlights of their game, and keep it really light and casual. Then they get on the golf cart, maybe go to lunch on Green Street. No Firehouse is a place that they like to do, and after that, tour around campus, see some of the academic facilities, and also the Arc and Memorial Stadium, take them up in the press box, and then head over to State Farm, and they'll finish up by going back over to Ubman and sitting down in the office and really talking about fit and style of play, and probably watch another video, maybe watch some film, hang around the guys a little bit, guys that are probably working out, maybe get to see a workout, and continue to talk to the family, and maybe get some one-on-one time with the kid as well. So it's really about building relationships, especially for guys that are there for the first time, or as with Io, it was the first time he got to be there with Underwood. So about vibing with the coaches and also getting a feel for the players, and then a guy like THT who's never been on campus get to see some of the facilities and arenas for the first time.
I would assume the lead recruiter on each one, for instance, maybe Chin Coleman in this, kind of runs the show that day. How often, and is a guy like Brad Underwood, the head coach, does he make the trek around campus? Is he with him at all times?
Oh, yeah, he's there. Chin's probably working the dad and Nick and trying to crack some jokes with those guys, and be pretty easy for Chin. He's a funny guy and has known Io's dad for more than 20 years.
Oh,
He's known Nick Irvin for probably longer than that. Underwood probably got a lot of one-on-one time with Io, and then they just let Jamal drive the golf cart and do stuff like that, so make sure they don't get hit by anybody.
I want Jamal's job.
He's the most familiar with campus, so that makes a lot of sense. So Io DeSumo, obviously a big-time prospect, the number one target in the class of 2018 for the Illini, the point guard out of Chicago Morgan Park. First of all, Derek, what makes this kid so good? I mean, he just got a Kansas offer. Why is he a top 30 prospect in the country?
Yeah, he's so big at the lead guard spot, about 6'4", 6'5". Great handle, really sees the floor really, really well, and operates in the open floor. And he's just so good downhill off the dribble. He can pull up in the mid-range, and then he's got that bigger frame. He's able to finish around the basket, and the way that he's able to get to the free throw line, he shot an incredible 116 free throws and just 16 EYBL games this spring. So that's just another aspect of his game that allows him to get points and make his team better, and he's also a very, very good passer. And now he's starting. His jump shot was a little funky about a year ago, or a little bit longer than that. He's working on it a lot, and his three-point shot has gotten a little bit better, progressively better. So now that that's starting to work for him, and he's continued to fine-tune the rest of his game, he's just a scoring machine, and he just makes everybody around him better. And you put weapons around him, and you got a winning basketball team.
So Io DeSumo, what is Illinois' pitch to him? How do they sell him that he can be, that Illinois is the place for him?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to Mark Smith in terms of jump on and do something special. And if you're going to do it, somewhere, why not do it here? And compared to anywhere else in the country, we can do just what everybody else is trying to sell you. We can help you get to the NBA. We can help you develop, and we can win big time here. So we feel like with this backcourt, with this system, can utilize multiple lead guards with Mark, with Trent. It takes a little bit of pressure off you, also makes them better, having you be able to facilitate and draw some attention. And at the same time, when Mark has the ball, you'll be able to get open and get good looks as well. So the spread the floor, up-tempo style really fits his game. Obviously, you said, Kansas jumps in with a recent offer. That's a big one, and they have Charlie Moore. Xavier has done really well with him, and they kind of have a history of doing well with bigger point guards. But I think Illinois does check a lot of boxes. It is just about the fit and then making sure he's comfortable with knowing, if I play alongside some of these other guys, I'm going to be able to get mine, and all of us are going to be able to do well.
That'll be the interesting thing. That would be the cool thing to be in that room and see how that, when that question comes up, how that's dealt with. Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. At at D Piper Scout.
Sorry,
that's how you follow him.
Late on that.
You were late on that. That's how you follow him on Twitter. Derek, Illinois doesn't have in the last 5 years or more the idea really to sell a winning program in terms of getting to NCAA tournaments. How much does it help with the coaching change, bringing in fresh faces? How much can that help with regards to almost ignoring the stat or the fact that, yes, we haven't been to the NCAA tournament for 4 years? How much can it help having the new staff and kind of a fresh start to that, if you will?
Yeah, it really is a fresh slate, and allows you to kind of sell the vision. I know we talked a lot about when Gross is here, at what point do you have to stop selling the vision and people start looking at the results? The good thing for Underwood is the fact that, he has the fact that he took a high major program like Oklahoma State, flipped them around in 1 year, and took them to the NCAA tournament. And then you have a guy like Orlando Antigua, who's coached a lot of pros at Kentucky and has developed guys. So guys like that are able to maybe have a different sell than John. Obviously, John came in, having been in the NCAA tournament with Ohio, but I just think they've done it at a higher level, this staff, and kind of have a bigger buzz about them, bigger presence, not only in their production and what they have done, maybe kind of the feeling in terms of what they're going to do, and then also the fact that they have Mark Smith and Trent Frazier here, and knowing some of the momentum that they're creating in terms of recruiting. So that is kind of the free parking, the free pass you get the first couple of years in terms of not worrying too much about saying, we've been to the NCAA tournament, this program has. But Underwood has done that with Oklahoma State, and that helps.
Taylor Horton-Tucker, Derek, I've kind of used, I don't know if this is correct or not. I mean, you've seen him more than I have. Jordan Goodwin light. Jordan Goodwin tore up people, especially on the AAU circuit. Taylor Horton-Tucker hasn't done that as much, but there seems to be an all-around skill set that would seem to fit what Illinois needs out there on the wing. I mean, they have a need on the wing now, which is weird for Illinois because it seems like that's where they've been actually deep here recently.
Right.
What do you think of his game and how it would fit in Illinois?
Yeah, Jordan Goodwin Light is what Lon used to drink every Saturday before he burned him. But Taylor Horton-Tucker, yeah, I definitely see the similarities, being a big-bodied wing. Just does a lot of different things well. He checks a lot of the things that Underwood is looking for in terms of toughness, versatility. He can dribble, pass, and shoot. He's a phenomenal passer. And with that big body and moves a little bit better than a lot of people give him credit for, can shoot the three a little bit better than people give him credit for. I just think that he can do so much, and he helps your team, and I think he can be a dynamic offensive player just with that versatility. But I think he could add a lot to this team, and obviously they see him as a big-time piece potentially in that 2018 class, and maybe someone that could help pull Iowa a little bit. And they value him really, really highly when, John Gross and his staff didn't offer him, didn't maybe see him as good or as good of a prospect as he should have been.
I could see that almost helping as well, saying, well, this new staff, they immediately offered me and understood what I mean to him. How about, we understand Iowa, he's already gotten, Kansas is after him. He's going to get a lot after him. How about for Taylor Horton-Tucker? Who will Illinois be fighting for that one?
Yeah, they're fighting Northwestern right now, where he visited yesterday, and he's been there many times. And Chris Collins is trying to give him the sell, you're our top priority in this class, and 2018 is really important for that program to kind of build some sustainability in terms of winning. They went to the NCAA tournament this past year, which I know created a little bit of a buzz for them, but that roster is going to turn over, and they need some talent, and saying, Taylor, you can kind of be the face of our next push once McIntosh is gone, and Vic Law would be a senior when he'd be a freshman. And they had Jordan Lathan, who's a pretty athletic combo guard, who was on an official visit there yesterday, and they kind of got to bond a little bit together. But next week he'll go to Xavier, Purdue, and Ohio State. Those are three teams that have shown interest but haven't offered. I expect him pile up a couple of new offers next week, probably from those programs. And I know he's looking to, enjoy the process a little bit and have some more suitors before he really sits down and makes his decision. So I would expect some of those teams probably to jump on board with an offer.
Derek, not that it matters now, but why didn't the last staff offer Horton Tucker?
Yeah, Paris liked him. Paris liked him quite a bit. He went up and saw him. John, for whatever reason, Paris would tell him, you guys see this kid, and John would go up there and just didn't click. He didn't see maybe Taylon being the type of athlete he was looking for. Thought he was maybe a little bit slow to be a guard, too big to be maybe a 2, and not big enough or tall enough to be a 3 or a 4. But obviously now when you see the way his game has progressed and what he's shown, he's definitely a Big Ten caliber target.
He's Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. Follow him on Twitter at DPiperScout. DJ Williams going to George Washington.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Yeah, he had to find somewhere, right? But, yeah, good for DJ to get a fresh start and find a place that he feels like he can come in and contribute. I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people had no idea where he was going to end up. You're trying to figure out at what level was he going to be able to play. Was he going to have to go down a level, not necessarily into, obviously not into D2, but maybe a mid-major, just in terms of finding the right fit for him to be able to produce. And I think a fresh start, and hopefully he's able to kick his motor up and be able to compete more on a consistent basis because he has the tools there. I think that he's given another opportunity to kind of refresh his mind and get in a spot where he's able to play and do well. And I think he still can be a decent player, just didn't work out here.
Are all the guys on next year's team, are they all on campus now? Are they here and working out? Like, can I see a Matik Vassal or whatever walking around campus?
Not yet, not him.
Not yet. No,
Okay.
he's still in Slovenia. He'll be here in August. And also Mark Allstark is still finishing up at Wright State.
Got it.
He'll be done with his obligations over there in July, so he won't report officially until August, although I know he said that he was going to stop in and out maybe a couple of times this summer just to talk with the coaches and make sure that he's not, not too unfamiliar with the system and what they're doing over here in Champaign when the time he reports.
Are we pretty much done? I mean, I know they could still add, couldn't they? Another fifth-year guy if they wanted, but you think we're pretty much done now? The roster's set?
Yeah, you asked me the same question after Greg E-Boy Bowden, and I probably sat here and said, they got spots, but I don't know where it's going to come from, and then ding, they have another one. So I don't know. I'm not counting them out. I think that if a fifth-year guy does emerge, like I said before, like a Khalid Lewis type situation where over the summer all of a sudden he's available, I think that's be something they'd be interested in, especially with a center. But right now it's really hard to see any target for them right now. I'm not hearing much on that end. So they'll keep the spots available for sure. But in terms of a multi-year guy, I think they really like the fact that they have 3 spots for 2018. I want to be able to use that on a lead guard like Io, a wing like THT or Finke, and then a big guy.
Derek, I've got the most important question of the entire thing. You mentioned free parking earlier on Monopoly. When you play it, do you put a $500 bill on it?
I do not. Is that something people do?
Oh, yeah. That's what we do.
I always hated Monopoly because it would take like 8 hours to finish a game.
The boys and I love Monopoly.
Yeah, it's kind of your thing.
It is. And we start with $500 on free parking. So if you land on it, boom. You can get back into the game if you land on free parking.
The more important thing is which tool, like which little piece do you use, Derek?
There's like new ones now.
Well, yeah, see, we play different styles. We got this NFL Monopoly around the quarterback. And my brother always tries to play at like 10 p.m. I'm like, dude, we'll get done at 4 a.m., which I kind of do with poker nowadays, which I shouldn't do because that's actually real money. But
right.
Next time I play Monopoly, I'll put the $500 on free parking.
Okay, do it. See how it changes the game up.
Don't let Barron steal all your money, all right?
I won't.
Thanks, Derek.
No problem, guys.
See you, buddy.
Good stuff.
Stuff there. Absolutely.
Read his stuff at
IlliniInquirer.com. You know, the key to play Monopoly and make it so it doesn't go that long. Yeah. So the boys and I, if you land on Illinois, let's say one of the Reds, and you buy it, then nobody else can buy a Red.
What is the worst property?
The worst property are the green ones, I think. The North Carolina or whatever, because they're so expensive. I just don't want anything to do with them. Like, my favorite property is the blue one right off the bat. You land on Connecticut or whatever it is.
I haven't played in so long. Where's Baltic?
Baltic is right off the bat.
Right,
Baltic and Mediterranean.
Right at the beginning, right?
I mean, those are fun to have. Those are kind of I've got so much money, I'm just going to buy this little
it's a rental
over here and just make a little more on it, just to scare people around. As they get 200, they give it right to me. But no, I think the blue ones are key.
The big ones are what? Broadway and Park?
Broadway and Park Place.
Place, okay.
Those are huge. No, Boardwalk.
Sorry, yeah.
Boardwalk and Park Place. I mean, if you get hotels on those, you're game over, basically. Basically, game over. Monopoly is awesome, man.
Not for me.
We haven't played it in a while. The other ones, the yellow ones. I'm not a big Marvin Gardens and such.
I was more of like a word game kind of guy.
Yeah,
I liked Scrabble.
Yes.
Was a fun one. Scattergories.
I remember Scattergories.
Love Scattergories.
I liked that one. How about Risk?
I did like Risk.
Okay, I liked that too. I liked the strategy involved.
Yeah, we used to play that in junior high a little bit.
The game I hate the most. The game that I hate the most is Battleship. I hate it. You know why?
It's just pure luck.
Because it's pure luck.
I guess there's a little bit of strategy.
There is some strategy, but right off the bat, it's pure luck.
Yeah.
And every time Jean and I would play, she'd be like, D11.
And she'd get it.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. And I'm like, is there a mirror behind me? Like, how are you knowing this stuff? So because of that, I hate Battleship. I'm not going to play it.
Okay.
And I'm bad at it.
Worst.
How can you be bad on a game that's all dealt with luck? I mean, does that mean you're really unlucky? You're bad unlucky?
Board game draft.
That's what we need to do one day. Yes, we do. Board game draft.
If you want to weigh in, 359-2255. That's 217-359-2255.
It is the Tay and J Show.
Oh, hey, hi, hello there. It's me, your air conditioner. You can call me AC if you want, but Mr. Conditioner is my dad's name. Okay, listen, you may have noticed that I'm using a lot of energy right now, and that's why you need to call an expert. Yep, the experts can give me a precision tune-up, so you'll save up to 30% on energy bills, and I won't have to work so hard, which is great because I'm about to pass out.
At Chief Bauer Service Experts, save $41 off an AC Precision Tune-Up. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. For expert service guaranteed.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Are you getting the attention you deserve from your broker? When you partner with Provident, you get an advisor who stays focused on you and your family. We work for you. Contact us today to schedule a consultation. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network.
Provident, partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Now listen to this crowd. Wow, they're on their feet.
This 4th of July, the Cardinals have you covered head to toe in true patriotic fashion. On Sunday, July 2nd, fans can take home an adult patriotic cowboy hat, courtesy of Brown & Crouppen Law Firm. Monday, July 3rd, enjoy Cooper Tire's post-game fireworks. And Tuesday, July 4th, adults and kids can add patriotic Cardinals socks to their wardrobe, courtesy of Coca-Cola and Powerade. That's July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
Flooring Surfaces is your premier source for new flooring in Central Illinois. You don't need to wander poorly lit aisles looking for help or load a new floor into a cart to check out. You need an inviting space filled with exciting new floors and a trained professional to guide you to the perfect choice for your home or project. Flooring Surfaces can find the hardwood, carpet, vinyl, or tile floor that is right for you. With a beautiful showroom and over 1 million square feet of flooring in stock. See us today at 401 East Mercury Drive in Champaign.
The world at your feet.
Summer is here and there's no better way to swing into the season than at Willow Pond Golf Course, the most improved golf course in Central Illinois. Golf for $30 Monday through Friday with a cart, $20 after 3 p.m. Golf Saturday and Sunday with a cart for just $35 and $25 after 3 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Seniors golf Monday through Friday with a cart for just $20. Not a golfer? The 19th Hole Bar and Grill serves up great food and drink specials, live video gaming, and the Full Swing Golf Simulator. Call and schedule a tee time today at 893-9000 or Willow Pond Golf BlueWaterGolf.com.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
You already know Houlihan's Restaurant and Bar at the iHotel is a great restaurant, but don't forget about the bar. Fantastic drink specials and mouth-watering menu items from snacks to full meals. A nice selection of draft, craft, and domestic beers, and just about any cocktail you can imagine. Watch a game with multiple flat screens on all sides of the bar, or grab some tables and make it a party. Drink specials daily, plus Houlihan's is now serving a delicious hot breakfast 7 days a week. Houlihan's at the iHotel. Check them out at the corner of 1st Street and St. Mary's Road, just south of the State Farm Center.
Got a question? Talk to our experts at StevieJay.com. Experts are ready to answer your questions for free. Looking for cool trends in clothing or gear as you support area teams? Game Day Spirit is the official fan store of the Fighting Illini. Landscaping tips are also available from Country Arbor's Nursery. New tile or soft surfaces in your home or business? Flooring Surfaces, where the world is at your feet. Experts are available now online at StevieJay.com.
The deals keep going in June at Ford of Hoopston and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Hoopston. At Ford, save up to $11,000 on the popular Ford F-150 and up to $6,000 off Ford Explorer. At Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get a Jeep Cherokee up to $6,000 off, or Jeep Renegade has $5,000 in savings. Chrysler Pacificas have up to $2,750 in savings, and Ram trucks as much as $6,250 in incentives. Near the intersection of Routes 1 and 9 in Hoopston, or online at HoopstonChrysler.com or FordofHoopston.com.
When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
All right, Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lante, Jeremy Warner. We are off early tonight. 5:10, we're off the air as Michael Wacha, the guy I protected in my expansion draft, faces some guy named Pivetta for the Phillies.
Over under innings tonight for Michael Wacha. I'll go 4 3/4.
You can't go 3/4.
I know. So you got to go over or under that. So that would mean 4 2/3 would be under.
You know what's funny? When you started asking me that, the number that popped in my head was 4 2/3. I'm not going to lie to you.
What if I went 4.5? 4.5 innings. So Michael Wacha go over or under that?
I think he goes over against the Phillies.
Okay, if I keep it at 4 3/4, what do you?
I'm going to go over.
Can he get those 2 more outs?
I think he qualifies for a win tonight.
Okay,
so he'll get a 5. I think he'll get 5.
It is the Phillies.
It is the Phillies, and the Cardinals are dominating the Phillies, unlike the Cubs and the Padres.
That is correct.
And Austin finally heard me and looked in here. He finally did. Hey, I was looking at this thing. It's cap friendly. And you hockey fans out there might want to look at this. It's just capfriendly.com, and it's showing all the cap numbers for all the hockey teams, of course. The Blackhawks are $2.5 million over the projected cap already.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
And from what I've looked at, it seems like the NHL might make a decision. I've been seeing some reports trickle in that there could be a decision. They could make a difference with Marian Hossa, where maybe the Blackhawks can use that salary figure.
Well, it'd be great for the Blackhawks, and it'd be interesting. The one team that I looked down here, the Nashville Predators, have 20 on the roster already signed, and they have $17 million to spend. Yeah. Nashville could make themselves a lot better going into the next couple of years.
This from Greg Wyshynski, who covers hockey. NHL will rule on Marian Hossa's situation and cap considerations of Blackhawks' decision and what to do with him, likely by July 1st.
Okay, this is coming from a Blues fan, but that's tricky. That is tricky. But obviously, I think the rule is, right, if you put a guy on your whatever that's called.
Yeah, this is Bill Daly on Hossa. I'm not prepared to tell you right now what exactly his cap treatment is going to be for next year.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be really interesting. If he retires, that'd be good for the Blackhawks in a cap situation. But obviously, he's been a huge player for him.
He would be. I mean, if you're a Blackhawks fan, you're paying a lot of attention to that story right there, because you need to go sign. You still have some guys to sign. You're at 22 on your roster, and you have zero cap space right now.
Cardinals lineup out tonight: Matt Carpenter, Dexter Fowler, Piscotty, Jerko Molina, Pham, Garcia, DeJong, and Waka.
That's not bad. That should beat the Phillies.
I would think so.
DeYoung, right? DeYoung, Paul DeYoung.
Is it DeYoung?
It's DeYoung, the old Illinois State kid. All right, we're back. Jeremy and I are going to give you the best 5 minutes we can.
Spell with a Y.
Yeah! Tay and J Show.
Protecting your home and family, you better have a plan. Keep them safe from harm with the home alarm from F.E. Moran. Home invasions are on the rise all across the land, but they'll think twice when they see the sign for F.E. Moran. Don't wait till it's too late, it's time to make a stand. Call 877 F.E. Moran. F.E. Moran. Alarm.
Vapors e-cigs thinks it's time for you to take a permanent vacation from smoking. Take a permanent vacation away from cigarettes today. You'll smell better, you'll breathe better, and you'll feel better. Plus, you'll have more money than ever when you choose Vapors e-cigs. Come in today and taste the difference with a premium electronic vape. You can get started for less than a carton of cigarettes. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Vapors e-cigs today. Find them at Champaign across the street from Marketplace Mall at 2 West Main Street in Danville. And follow them on Facebook for great deal offers and giveaways.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $14 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest patio in Urbana. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 80 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
The official fan store of the Fighting Illini is moving. Game Day Spirit, currently located at 1422 South Neal Street, is moving to the corner of Neal and Kirby in Champaign this July. In the meantime, they're preparing for the lowest prices of the season to be available during their moving sale in June. Stay tuned for more information and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram by searching Game Day Spirit. Stay in the know of all things Game Day and all things Fighting Illini with Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini.
Sure, we've been called a mom and pop store. We take it as a compliment. After all, we are family owned and operated with 2 generations actively involved, and 5 of our team members have been with us for around 20 years each or longer. We run our business with old-fashioned customer service as our foundation, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Add our great selection of hand-picked mattresses, all proudly made in the USA at guaranteed lowest prices, and we're sure you won't find a better deal anywhere. Visit us and experience the Illini mattress difference today.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
I'm Brett Larson, Fox News. It happened at the Flint, Michigan airport. A man with a knife attacked a police officer.
Michigan State Police telling Fox News the officer's name is Lieutenant Jeff Neville. The 55-year-old's condition has been upgraded from critical to stable. He's been a police lieutenant supervising at the Bishop International Airport in Flint since 2001. Witnesses describe reportedly seeing Lieutenant Neville bleeding from his neck, on his hands, while he was on his hands and his knees, while a knife lay nearby on the ground.
Fox's Brian Yennis, the suspect in the stabbing, a Canadian-born man, is in custody. His condition is unknown. A House Intelligence Committee hearing learned more about Russia's attempted hacking into the 2016 election. Fox's Sapna Parikh.
Former Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson says he became increasingly concerned about the pre-election cyber attacks last summer. But when pressed by lawmakers, he defends his decision to announce Russia's involvement several months later.
There was an ongoing election, and many would criticize us for perhaps taking sides.
During his testimony, Johnson warns that state voting systems are still vulnerable to future attacks, but he again confirms ballot counts were not affected during the 2016 election. Sapna Parikh. Fox News.
House Majority Whip Steve Scalise continues to recover, upgraded to fair condition today by MedStar Washington Hospital doctors. And today, the FBI revealing more of what they know about the shooter, James Todd Hodgkinson.
There was no nexus to terrorism. The FBI is investigating this shooting as an assault on a member of Congress and assault on a federal officer.
Andrew Vail with the FBI. It has been a week since the left-wing would-be assassin opened fire on Republicans who were practicing baseball in Alexandria, Virginia for the annual congressional baseball game. Hodgkinson also had 200 rounds of ammunition in a storage locker and a list of Congress member names. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Looks like some cable and phone companies are trying to sell home security. But when a burglar sees one of their signs in the front yard, what does it say? Oh, wow, this home has 599 channels. Or, oh, these guys have high-speed internet. But the ADT sign, it says, this family trusts the company whose name means security. So beat it. It's no wonder 5 times more people choose ADT to protect their homes.
Learn more at ADT.com and to see licensing and terms and conditions.
Summer involves a lot of driving to camp, to work, to soccer, back home to grab what they forgot, and then back to soccer again. So wouldn't you like to know your car is up for it? Enter Hum by Verizon. Now you can check your car's health from your phone with vehicle diagnostics, drive with more peace of mind thanks to 24/7 emergency assistance, and let the kids stream and game on the go with your car's own Wi-Fi hotspot. Get Hum and get where you're going. Learn more at hum.com. Verizon Wi-Fi available on HumX only. Data usage applies. Coverage not available everywhere. Visit vzw.com for availability.
Trial hearings underway in the case of an Army sergeant accused of endangering his fellow soldiers.
The judge overseeing the case against Sergeant Bo Bergdahl has heard from a former Navy SEAL who testified today in pretrial proceedings. Retired Senior Chief Petty Officer James Hatch says his career was ended after being shot in the leg while searching for Bergdahl. Bergdahl left his post in Afghanistan in 2009 and was held by the Taliban and its allies for about 5 years. He says he walked off his post to cause alarm and draw attention to what he saw as problems with his unit. Bergdahl is scheduled to stand trial in October on charges of desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. If convicted of the misbehavior charge, he could be sentenced to life in prison. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
There could be a break in the heat wave gripping the Southwest right now, but heat warnings will stay in place. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
Death Valley got up to 127 degrees. That's just 7 degrees from the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth, also in Death Valley, just over 100 years ago. Palm Springs tied a record for a high at 122.
Phoenix actually broke the record of a record high temperature set yesterday. So the high temperature was 119. The previous record was 116 set last year in 2016.
That's National Weather Service meteorologist Jarrett Rogers, who notes they have a heat warning in effect through Sunday. Las Vegas tied its record for the day, Tuesday at 117 degrees. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
People in Wisconsin could soon see robot delivery vehicles roaming around. Governor Scott Walker signed a bill allowing the robots on sidewalks and in crosswalks. They look like high-tech rolling coolers and come equipped with sensors that can read the environment. The robots are being used already in Europe, California, and Washington, D.C. to deliver takeout. The vehicles have an 80-pound weight limit and a 10-mile-per-hour speed limit. Be on the lookout. I'm Brett Larson, Fox News Radio.
When are we finally just going to be replaced? Every job in America be replaced by either a computer or a robot? Is that in my life?
We'll be dead.
Okay.
No, we're good.
I didn't know if it would be in my life.
Yahtzee. That's a good game.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a Lante catchphrase, too.
That was my grandma's. Yes, it was. Hashtag.
My mom loved Yahtzee.
Yeah, my grandma loved Yahtzee.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to keep you cool all summer long. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit them online at chiefbauer.com. Tonight, clear, a low of 72 degrees. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 87, low of 73. Friday, thunderstorms, high 84, low of 60. Sets up a great weekend, highs in the 70s and sunny. Here's, right now, 84 degrees, partly cloudy in Champaign-Urbana. You a big Sorry fan?
No, I'm not a Sorry guy.
Played it.
Chinese checkers, I liked.
Pictionary?
I like Pictionary.
Yeah.
My favorite Pictionary story, you've heard it. It was cousin battles. Like, it was me and my cousin against my brother and another cousin. and it came down to the last one, and the word was cauliflower. And when I play Pictionary, I'm one of those idiots that as soon as the thing is turned over, I'm like, tree, stoplight, car. I just start throwing.
Annoying.
So like yes, I'm the annoying one. So the third thing out of my mouth was cauliflower.
Really?
I swear to God. And Paula, my cousin, was like, yes. And so, of course, my brother and my other cousin.
Epic.
Yes.
Like performance of Pictionary.
And we'd been drinking, and so it turned. But of course, the other
12 years old.
the other cousins thought I was cheating, and I'm like, we're not cheating. I got it. Cauliflower.
Jenga.
Okay, I don't like that one. I'm not patient enough for Jenga.
Operation.
Oh,
I hated that one.
I do too. It scares you.
Mousetrap.
You don't play Mousetrap. That was the quote of the day from Harry. Mousetrap. That's a good one. Backgammon. Did you?
Never played backgammon.
Yeah, I did a little bit.
I think my ranking would be...
You like chess, huh?
Chess would be pretty far up
Never
there.
played it. I've never played chess.
I got into it a lot in high school.
Okay.
Because we didn't have a gym my freshman year, so we just played chess all the time.
Interesting.
So I got into it. The one friend just knew how to play chess.
Wait, you didn't have a gym your freshman year?
No, it was a new high school, and we didn't have a gym because it wasn't completed yet.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's its own school district for you.
Oh, my God. I feel bad for you guys.
We got into school 2 weeks late, and
kids, head up to room 315. We got the chessboards ready.
That's right.
Well, look, you're probably a bunch of smarter guys for it.
We're all
gals.
chubby, though.
Oh. Hey, we got some chips waiting for you guys. There's some Oreos and some milk.
All right, if you missed any of the news of the day, Taylor Horton Tucker visits Illinois today. Would be a nice piece in the class of 2018 that Illinois is going to try and start. Ayo Dosunmu was in yesterday. DJ Williams is transferring to George Washington University. I loved when it got out that he was visiting George Washington. People said, he's visiting George Washington. And somebody had the greatest tweet. Was it Tom Fernelli or somebody? Does anybody want to tell him the news or
right? Let him know that he's not going to get much back in that conversation.
Yeah, George Washington is
right, exactly. No, well, George Washington had a couple of years, didn't they? Who was their coach? They had a couple of NCAA tournament years, I think.
The Colonials. They're in the A-10 now.
Okay.
So
can't think of the guy.
That sounds about right for DJ Williams, right?
Right. No, it does. It does, and hopefully he can kind of do what Mike Henry did and go and prosper a little bit with his game.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Mike Jarvis was a coach there.
Mike Jarvis, that's who it was.
Yeah,
that's
went to the Sweet 16.
Good call. Look at that. George Washington in the Sweet 16.
Yeah. Tomorrow we got the NBA draft, and it'll be really interesting to see the news that is developing tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be a fun show with that.
That'd be awesome.
To see if Jimmy Butler gets dealt as well. We'll cover all that leading into tomorrow. Thanks to our guest today, Scott Powers, The Athletic, talked about Marian Hossa and the Blackhawks in the NHL expansion draft.
Okay.
Also thanks to Derek Piper, IlliniInquirer.com. Also thanks to our interns, Maddie, Austin, Harry, and Trevor today. If you missed any of the show, get the podcast at ESPNCU.com or find us on iTunes. That's all powered by GTPS Insurance.
It is confirmed through a league source. David Perron gone. So the Blues have lost Perron. I said earlier 4 point something. I think it's 3.5. That'll give the Blues about $10 million on that cap. So everybody in the NHL fans can watch that, the awards, the expansion draft tonight, and then we'll get ready. Is Silich coming in studio tomorrow? He needs to get in here.
I don't think he's going to be in studio. I think he's up in Chicago now.
Oh, well, that makes it a little difficult then.
You can talk to him.
Well, I mean, he's an expert. He should drive down.
Okay. Do the show.
NBA draft tomorrow. It is the Tay and J Show.
Tapman's Towing, 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing, 328-2424. Tapman's Towing, 328-2424. Tapman's Towing, 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing, we have pull and we're hooked on you. Tapman's Towing.
Extra innings with the Phils and used a 7-run 11th inning to win 8-1. Tonight they'll try to make it 2 in a row and potentially draw closer to the Milwaukee Brewers, who take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Coming up, we will relive last night's late rally. The offense coming alive better late than never and picking up some fantastic Cardinals pitching, both of the starting and relief variety. We'll give you some updates on some guys who continue to shine down in the farm. Mike Claiborne visits with Derek Gould. We'll hear from the manager, check in with Kyle McClellan, and hear from former Cardinals Cardinal Brad Thompson. All of that and more as we get ready for baseball on a Wednesday night. Cardinals and Phillies took a 1-1 tie into extra innings. The bats had been silent. There were some base running mistakes, but the Cardinals used a massive top of the 11th to catapult themselves to their 32nd win of the year and catapult us to our Central Bank of St. Louis replay.
The pitch. A swing and a solid smash to the gap in right center. That ball gets down and goes to the wall. Carpenter is going to score. Fowler is right behind him. Dexter is going to score on the 2-run double by Piscotty. The Cardinals lead 3-1 in the 11th.
In that spot, just trying to get some of the middle of the plate, not do too much with it, drive it the other way, and give your team a chance to win.
The pitch from Beam. A swing and a long drive. Deep left center field. Back to the track, the wall. It's a goner. A 2-run homer for Yadier Molina. The Cardinals lead 5-1 in the 11th inning.
That last inning is the one we want to remember. And, just one guy right after the other taking real good at-bats. It was good to see.
Here's a swing and a long drive. Left field. It's a goner for Tommy Pham. And a 6-run top of the 11th inning.
He threw me a cutter first pitch, and I said, if he throws it again, I'm going to crush it. And he threw it again, and that normally never works, but it worked there. He doubled up on it, and I didn't miss it.
There goes Huffman, the pitch. Carpenter rips it down the right field line. Fair! The ball goes to the corner. Huffman comes around third. He's going to score on the double by his old high school and college teammate, Matt Carpenter. The Cardinals have an 8-1 lead with a 7-run 11th inning.
That's how it finished 8-1. The Cardinals beat the Phillies last night. Your winners, Segrist and every Cardinal starter in the lineup 1 through 8 with a hit and a run. 7 runs in the top of the 11th. Highlights courtesy of the Radio Network and Mike Matheny courtesy of Fox Sports Midwest. Replay brought to you by Central Bank of St. Louis, your hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. Follow Cardinals Baseball live with the MLB.com at mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with Game Day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. It's your number one app for live baseball. When we come back, a check on the farm. Some big performances for the Redbirds farmhands. That's after this break on the Cardinals Radio Network.
There's been a lot that's changed in baseball over the last quarter century. There's one guarantee you can take to the bank as Cardinal Magazine enters its 25th season. In an age of 5-second photo impressions and 100-character rants, Cardinals Magazine remains committed to bringing you things that never go out of style, bringing you compelling stories, celebrating history, preserving timeless photos, and bringing to life the personalities that make this franchise special. Issue after issue, Cardinals Magazine delivers the most in-depth and far-reaching coverage of all things Cardinals, and doing it with the substance and style that have connected with readers of all ages year after year after year. Make this season special for the Cardinals fans in your life with a subscription to Cardinals Magazine. Start one today for only $35 by calling 314-345-9000 or visiting cardinals.com/magazine.
Catch a Cardinals game in Hall of Fame style in the new Proficient Red Jacket Club. This new all-inclusive area is designed to commemorate the Cardinals' iconic Hall of Famers and features an upscale buffet and full-service bar. Enjoy a great view of the game from outdoor reserve seats on the suite level down the right field line. Tickets for the Proficient Red Jacket Club start at just $75 and are on sale now at cardinals.com/all-inclusive.
This is Brian Finch from the Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum. Have you ever wanted to try and broadcast the club's greatest moments, put on a World Series ring, or hold an authentic game-used bat by Lou Brock or Stan Musial? You can at the Cardinals Museum. Our museum also boasts one of the largest team-specific collections of artifacts and memorabilia in the world. If you love the Cardinals and our rich history, a stop by the Cardinals Museum is a must. The museum is open daily and is located in Cardinals Nation in Ballpark Village. For info and tickets, visit cardinalsnation.com.
Begins with Grichuk hitting a long one high and deep to left. The wind is not going to keep it in the park. It's gone onto the berm, and Grichuk has his 4th home run. Right, Reddy's first 2-0, and it's a shot up the middle, and that's a base hit. and that will score Valera, stopping at second Cunningham, and the lead increases to 7-0. Second run batted into the ninth for Randall Grichuk.
Steve Selby on the call last night. Randall Grichuk 2 for 5 with a home run and an RBI single and an 8-3 win over Round Rock. The left fielder is hitting .265, slugging .551 with 4 home runs in 11 games at AAA Memphis. Chris Raby back with you as we get ready for the Cardinals and the Phillies. John Gant on the mound tomorrow against Omaha. Gant, the PCL pitcher of the week after 8 scoreless innings and the lone RBI in Friday's 1-0 win over Colorado Springs. It'll be Luke Weaver on Friday against Omaha. The Farm Report is brought to you by Monsanto, a proud supporter of America's farmers. The Memphis Redbirds just keep rolling. Boy, have they played so well this entire season. They've had some big performances, some guys that have been recognized for it, and they have been really, really good. With the win last night, they're 17 games over 500. The last time that happened was August 28th of 2010. When we come back, Mike Claiborne opens the Reporter's Notebook with Derek Gould on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
Hey Cardinal fans, Ozzie Smith here for Ameren, Illinois. Playing catch and wiffle ball are family traditions, but whether you're in the backyard or in your neighborhood, it's important to avoid electrical equipment. If a ball goes into a substation, leave it alone and call Ameren, Illinois. And always stay clear of the big green transformer boxes and any equipment marked with high voltage signs. A safety reminder from your friends at Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
In Springfield, Missouri, we believe the key to living a good life is simple. It's doing things that matter with the people that matter most of all. So when you're sitting next to friends and family at a ball game, that's what we call the best seat in the house. Visit Springfield and join us for a Cardinals AA game at Hammons Field. Then check out a local distillery, craft brewery, or the granddaddy of all Bass Pro Shops. Just a few reasons. If it's true to life, you'll find it in Springfield, Missouri. Plan your trip at springfieldmo.org. Produced in cooperation with the Missouri Division of Tourism.
Hanson's Auto Repair in Urbana is a family-owned and operated full-service garage. For over 40 years, they've offered friendly atmosphere, quality work, and reasonable prices. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, or engine replacement, Hanson's Auto does it all. They're a locally owned dealer who cares, providing fast, comprehensive, and expert service. Family-owned, operated, and trusted since 1966. Hanson's Auto Repair, 1202 East Washington in Urbana. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Visit them online at hansonsautorepair.com.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Hey, it's Stevie J. Have the roof your home deserves. For your next roofing project, why don't you go with Roof Doctors, a locally owned and family-operated business for over 25 years. They use superior materials. They're a certified shingle contractor, so they can offer a 50-year non-prorated full system warranty, and they won't loan your work out to subcontractors. Hey, Roof Doctors has worked on my home, and the results are fantastic. But don't just take it from me. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, Roof Doctors has plenty of satisfied customers. Get a free quote at roofdoctorsco.com.
Sure, we've been called a mom and pop store. We take it as a compliment. After all, we are family owned and operated with 2 generations actively involved, and 5 of our team members have been with us for around 20 years each or longer. We run our business with old-fashioned customer service as our foundation, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Add our great selection of hand-picked mattresses, all proudly made in the USA at guaranteed lowest prices, and we're sure you won't find a better deal anywhere. Visit us and experience the Illini mattress difference today.
Derek Gould is with us, and he covers the Cardinals for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. And let's talk a little bit about this ball club. What do you look for from a team that's already swept a team like Philadelphia?
Well, I look for the Cardinals to take advantage of the schedule that they have. You know, I look at the way I looked at it was just checking out the standings. There are 5 teams in the National League with more losses than the Cardinals. The Phillies are one of them. The Pirates are one of them, and the Reds are one of them. And these are the teams that the Cardinals are going to play here in the next week. They got 20 games in 20 days to kind of right the ship here going into the All-Star break and let the front office and let the coaching staff know what type of team they intend to be. I don't think it gets any bigger than this window right here for them to take advantage of the teams beneath them and play like a team that should be far better.
It sounds like what you're saying is they're going to decide their own fate here.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think these teams have, the NL Central has allowed them to stay in it, has allowed, the other teams there. Now the wild card is way off in the distance, but the NL Central remains there. So, absolutely. And they have teams that they should beat. They have teams that they're better than. Now, we said that probably about the Orioles. And they go into a series there against the Orioles and hit 12 home runs in 3 days and lose 2 of the 3 games. So, the Cardinals are basically they're playing against peers right here, and they need to show if they can step out from this crowd.
We hear a lot about the home run ball. I was watching something the other day that says they're on the pace for 6,000 home runs during the course of the year. What do you think some of the reasons are? It can't totally be just bad pitching, can it?
You were talking about the Cardinals themselves?
No, just all of it. Hey, look, if we had that story, we wouldn't be talking now, trust me.
That would be epic. I think there are a lot of things that go into it. I think, the trend of hitters hitting more in the air. I think the social acceptance of strikeouts has allowed for more hitters to sell out. I don't think we're seeing guys like we used to in the peak of the Albert Pujols 3 MVP days with the Cardinals, where he was not striking out very much but still cranking home runs. And he talked about someday maybe trying to have fewer strikeouts than home runs. That wasn't going to happen, but still was within range. Instead, you've gone more to, since we're in Philly, you've gone more and more to guys like Ryan Howard, who are willing to take the strikeouts if they get the power, and baseball's accepting of that. I would also say I don't think we can dismiss the overabundance of cutters. The cut fastball is the pitch du jour in baseball right now. You're seeing more and more curves, I guess, but everybody wants to throw a cutter. Everybody wants to have a good cutter. Everybody wants to be the next Mariano Rivera, and everybody wants to break bats. And that's a great idea if you can control it. But a bad cutter goes a long way. It backs up over the plate, and it goes a long way.
I call the cut fastball a real meatball for some of these hitters, the way they tee off on it. So with that said, and I'm going to go back to something you said about pride and strikeouts. There was a sense of pride where a guy would, if he could strike out 50 times a year, that was a great year. Where do you think it changed? Because we've always seen guys hit 40 home runs.
I think it changed with the money ball and the awareness that that a ball in play could be 2 outs, whereas a strikeout is 1 out. I think we've just seen a general acceptance of the strikeout as a solitary kind of out that doesn't hurt the team in the same way that a ball in play might, especially from a powerful right-handed hitter who would rather miss on the ball than hit a 5-4-3. So I think there's been this shift that is somewhat governed by or at least influenced by Moneyball, definitely influenced by the new talk of launch angles and all the love affair with that is going on. And I think there is real benefit to those stats, Mike. I really do. I think we've learned a lot more about the game through those stats, but I also think that it's not a one-size-fits-all stat. There are guys who, if you do not get the power benefit for all the strikeouts, then the strikeouts aren't doing you any good. And that was something that we've talked about with the Cardinals as a whole, if you'll recall a few years ago. It was like, yes, sir, they had more strikeouts, but they were not getting the bounce power-wise that makes that exchange worthwhile. And I think you can look at that as individuals around the game. Great, okay, you don't mind striking out, but where's the power? Where's your slugging percentage? What are you getting out of this? Not everybody's Daniel Murphy.
That's Derek Gould opening up the reporter's notebook for us. The power was certainly there for the Cardinals in the 7-run 11th inning last night, 8-1, the win over the Phillies in the series opener. Another start for Paul DeJong. He moves to shortstop.
Paul looks good, and excited to watch him. He just continues to get better, moving side to side. He looks good defensively, and obviously a couple big hits yesterday. He's got the opportunity to be an impact bat in our lineup.
We'll hear from manager Mike Matheny next in the Managers Chat right here on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
At Welk Resorts, they offer the ultimate San Diego, Palm Springs, Cabo San Lucas, Lake Tahoe, and Branson vacation experiences with spacious villa-style vacation rentals and premier vacation ownership opportunities. Interval International, a major worldwide vacation exchange organization, has honored Welk Resorts with premier status. Stop by one of their marketing booths located inside the stadium today to secure your discounted getaway package. Welk Resorts.
Hi, I'm Matt Carpenter.
And I'm Jed Jerko.
And I'm Jack. On the field, the power of the baseball can be tremendous, but that doesn't compare to the power of the baseball off the field.
That's right. And every time a home run is hit, it's making a difference in the lives of Cardinal Glennon kids.
Like me. All of the patients love to root on the Cardinals.
So remember, while a baseball can make or break a game, it can also change a life.
We hope you will join our Homers for Health team and help kids like Jack get back in the game.
Make your pledge today at Glennon.org. Presented by Heartland Coca-Cola.
Oh, hey, hi, hello there. It's me, your air conditioner. You can call me AC if you want, but Mr. Conditioner is my dad's name. Okay, listen, you may have noticed that I'm using a lot of energy right now, and that's why you need to call an expert. Yep, the experts can give me a precision tune-up, so you'll save up to 30% on energy bills, and I won't have to work so hard, which is great because I'm about to pass out.
At Chief Bauer Service Experts, save $41 off an AC Precision Tune-Up. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. For expert service guaranteed.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
Springtime is here, and that means it's time to hit the water, and there's no better way to do it than a Hobie kayak from Champagne Surplus. These revolutionary boats feature Mirage Drive technology that allows you to pedal the kayak with your feet for a seamless, hands-free experience. Perfect for kayak fishing or a leisurely ride on a local lake. Stop by Champagne Surplus, your exclusive Hobie dealer in East Central Illinois, to check out these top-of-the-line kayaks today. Champagne Surplus, 303 South Neal Street in downtown Champaign.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter of Country Arbors Nursery. Country Arbors is your home of locally grown annuals, perennials, trees, and shrubs. And now all annuals are 50% off. Yes, all baskets, flats, and pots are 50% off. Petunias, zinnias, begonias, and coleus, all 50% off. And these aren't leftover plants. These have been watered every day and consistently fertilized, so there's still tens of thousands of beautiful plants at half the cost. Tropical and foliage plants are all 30% off. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery. Locally grown annuals and tropicals grown right here in Urbana, but now at half the cost. You can visit countryarbors.com for more information and directions.
Awesome Machine Sales and Rental wants you to take charge of your yard with Toro. Toro has the quality you expect and dependability you deserve from your lawn equipment. Awesome Machines and Toro has the right machine to keep you inside and cool this summer season. With push mowers starting as low as $269 and zero turns starting as low as $22.99 with 0% financing available. Simply awesome. Awesome Machine Sales and Rental, Route 45 in Savoy, Route 36 in Tuscola, and online at awesomemachines.net.
All right, let's head to Philadelphia after the Cardinals' 11th inning that produced 7 runs last night. It was an 8-1 win over the Phillies in the first game of this 3-game series. And we check in with the manager now, Mike Matheny with John Rooney, always brought to you by Webster University.
Well, Mike, better late than never. How about the 11th last night?
Yeah, great to see. And just watch how contagious. We talk about that, right? We've been... to the point where we're almost tired of saying it, and people are, I'm sure, tired of hearing it. But at the top of our lineup, as Carp goes through and works a great at-bat, and then Dex does the same thing, and then it gives us an opportunity to make something happen. Steven comes through with a big hit, and then you watch Yachty, and then you watch Tommy, and Carp at the end. Just one guy right after the other, but it usually needs that catalyst, and we got a couple guys at the top of our order that can be that kind of offensive player.
I don't think it matters what ballpark you're playing, Mike. 2 walks at the top of an inning can breathe life into an offense. It did with the Phillies. Even with a double play, they got a 2-out hit to tie the game, and then the Cardinals took the 2 walks and just ripped the game wide open in the 11th.
Yeah, that could have gone real tough for us. And really only Mike Leake's rough inning that he had, and it was the walks that got him, and just his timing got off with his sinker, and the ball was just sailing out of the zone. We were able to make the most of it, like you said, with the double play. Thought we might get out of it, but we had some good defense that helped us get out of that, but we also had many opportunities to widen that gap besides just the homer by Jerko. And those are things that we let get away, and typically we're not going to get away with those. So those are part of the conversations we had last night, part of the conversations we've had today, and just pushing this idea. Those little things need to be done right in order for us to win on a consistent basis.
Last night, Kevin Seager's got your win, and Matt Bowman was up in the bullpen as the lead widened. Sam Tuivailala came in. What an opportunity for him there, Mike.
Yeah, Sam did a nice job, and gave up a couple big hits, a couple hard hits. With a little bit of cushion, he's able to continue to keep pitching and pitch his way out of it. Another double play that was big, and Sam's got just plus stuff. It's just a matter of him learning how to use his stuff. He's got a curveball that is always in between. It's hard to communicate from the catcher to the pitcher. This is exactly where I want this pitch. I might be calling the curveball in this situation, and you try to give a target with a glove, but you're thinking of a ball out of the zone, and then it gets too much of the plate and it gets hit really hard. And Sam has a plus fastball to go along with it. Had a couple off-speed pitches hit hard yesterday, and he's the kind of pitcher that needs to, just like we talk about with Adam Wainwright or any of the rest of them, they got to establish that good fastball before those secondary pitches are good.
And Mike, it's a great opportunity for a Brebbia, a Tyler Lyons, anybody put into that situation.
Yeah, and we believe all those guys would do a great job, and you watched Tyler kind of take more of a role and pitching in big games for us and soaking up a lot of innings, and he's a guy that can come in the middle of a game in a big situation. We think he's going to get the job done. John Brebbia has just been almost like our Matt Bowman of last year to what a great surprise he's been and how effective he's been able to be, and comes in and throws strikes, trusts the defense, and keeps the ball on the ground, which is helpful in ballparks like this. But so many of these young pitchers are just going to continue to get opportunities, as you can't just continue to use Trevor and and just Bowman every single night. Some other guys are going to have to take up the slack, and we're watching Cecil take steps forward and Segrist take steps forward. The guys are doing a much better job, and yesterday was really a story about our bullpen giving us a chance until our offense took off.
Paul DeYoung at short tonight.
Paul looks good, and excited to watch him. He just continues to get better, moving side to side. He looks good defensively, and obviously a couple big hits yesterday. He's got the opportunity to be an impact bat in our lineup.
Lastly, Mike, what's your feeling about Michael Walker and his start tonight?
Yeah, just to me, it's just trying to take those small steps forward, where he hasn't been as consistent as he wants to be, and what we've seen of him in the past. And the questions always just keep coming: what's wrong? What's wrong? And sometimes it's just it's a hard game to figure out how to replicate when you're making quality pitches on the corners at the high velocities and with a lot of the movement. Michael's been using a little bit more movement with a cutter, and that's a pitch that isn't necessarily as easy to control as what a fastball would be. And he left it in the middle of the plate too many times, and those balls get hit hard. And there's a field pitch in there with his breaking ball and his changeup. But we believe Michael is going to continue to figure out ways to where he can be effective all the way through that second and third time through the order and give us a chance.
Good luck, Mike.
Thanks, John.
All right, that's the manager's chat with Cardinals skipper Mike Matheny, always brought to you by Webster University. We get the game plan from former Cardinal Kyle McClellan next. Chris Raby with you back in a moment on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
We, the entertainment-loving people, demand the best unlimited wireless plan ever from AT&T.
I thought I raised you better than to make demands like that.
You know what? We want even more than that. We want AT&T to give us unlimited entertainment.
What else do you want, a flying car?
Well, maybe HBO included in our plan.
How about a unicorn?
And we want to watch all our favorite shows without paying overages.
Good luck with that.
And we want all of this, plus we want to save $25 on our monthly DirecTV bill.
But you can save me $25?
Well, yeah.
I'm proud of you, son.
Only AT&T offers you unlimited data with HBO included and never pay overages. Visit your local AT&T store and get AT&T Unlimited Plus, our best wireless deal on unlimited data. Plus, save $25 per month on DirecTV. It's entertainment your way.
After 22 gigabytes of data usage, AT&T may slow speeds. Plan includes stream saver and videos will stream in standard definition unless you turn it off. $25 DirecTV savings requires AT&T Unlimited Plus. Credits start within 3 bills. Service prices subject to change. Other usage, speed, fees, charges, and restrictions apply. See att.com/unlimited for details.
Hey, what are we doing for your birthday party this summer? Well, I was hoping to have a cookout like last summer. What? Don't you remember all those mosquito bites we got last year?
Good news, girls. Not only is Prairie View taking care of everyone's dandelions, now I'm going to take care of all their mosquitoes, too.
Yay!
Enjoy a bug-free summer. For all your mosquito control needs, call Lindy at Prairie View Landscaping and Turf Management at 355-9422. That's 355-9422 for mosquito control from Prairie View Landscaping.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
Vapors e-cigs thinks it's time for you to take a permanent vacation from smoking. Take a permanent vacation away from cigarettes today. You'll smell better, you'll breathe better, and you'll feel better. Plus, you'll have more money than ever when you choose Vapors e-cigs. Come in today and taste the difference with a premium electronic vape. You can get started for less than a carton of cigarettes. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Vapors e-cigs today. Find them at Champaign across the street from Marketplace Mall at 2 West Main Street in Danville. And follow them on Facebook for great deal offers and giveaways.
You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport. You can fly Champaign. You can fly. Our airport is your doorway to the sky. So pack your things, spread your wings. You've got business to do. People who expect you. You can fly Champaign. You can fly Willard Airport.
All right, welcome back. We get ready for the Cardinals and the Phillies and get the game plan from former Cardinal Kyle McClellan. What's going on, man?
Hey, buddy. Happy birthday.
Oh, why, thank you. Thank you. Nice Cardinals win would be a birthday treat. Big 11th inning last night. It was nice to see the offense, which had been so good, better late than never, pick up the pitching last night. The pitching has struggled, but good start from Mike Leake last night, then a fantastic job for the bullpen.
Yeah, that was the way that the Cardinals have drawn it up all year. It's supposed to go that way. The starter goes 6, pitches outstanding. Brett Cecil comes in the 7th, has a very clean, effective, sharp inning. Trevor Rosenthal in the 8th and O in the 9th. That's the way that we're supposed to see it. Unfortunately, I feel like maybe on a handful of occasions we've seen it play out that way. So the pitching was outstanding last night. There were some base running issues we ran into. The offense came through late, but that's the team that we all expected to see come out of spring training.
You know, the thing that has stood out to me about Cecil, in 12 of his last 13 appearances, he has not given up a run, not an earned run, a run. And over those 13 outings, Kyle, in 12 2/3 innings, he's only walked 1.
That right there is, and when you watch him now, he's ahead in the count. He's throwing strikes. Early on, it was 3-0, 3-1, walking guys, and then you're just asking for trouble. I thought it was interesting last night on the watching the game. They were talking about the ERA leaders in the league, and Neshek was one of them, and Jansen was the other one. And both of those guys have only walked. One of them's walked 4, and Jansen hasn't walked anybody, if that's right, all year. And that right there, that just goes to show you how if you can just be in the strike zone and not give away free passes, your chances of being successful are a lot higher. Brett Cecil has done a lot better job of that here recently, and hence his success he's had. Yeah, and then earlier today we saw the Red Sox. They were beating the Royals 4-2 in the 8th inning in Kansas City. Red Sox relievers walked the bases loaded, and Salvi Perez hit a grand slam. 6-4, the Royals win. Happens all the time. You can bet money on it. If you're walking guys, you're going to be in trouble. Kyle, how pivotal is this start for Michael Wacha and the Cardinals rotation? Not just because you'd love to see Wacha get back on track and see what we saw earlier in the year in spring training, but also due to the fact that they don't have an off day until the All-Star break. Yeah, I think this is really important for Wacha because there's already been chatter about what are they going to do with him, what are they going to do, and now he's got himself another start here, and those conversations are either going to get a lot louder or they can go away for just a little bit. So this is a big start for him to prove that he's got to get deep in the game. He's got to help that bullpen, not only for today but for the next few games. And give them a chance. He's got to go 6 innings like he was early in the season. And today's going to be a real big test. All right, we're getting ready. The Cardinals and Phillies, Wacha and Nick Pivetta. Kyle, appreciate it as always. All right, thank you, bud. From one former Cardinal to another, we'll take a break. Brad Thompson joins us after the break to give us his thoughts as we get ready for baseball on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Scotty here reminding Cardinal fans about the annual St. Clair County Transit District's Day at the Ballpark on Saturday, July 29th, featuring our Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ticket packages still remain and include a game ticket, a pregame lunch buffet at the Ballpark Hilton, and transportation to and from the games on the Redbird Express. All for the price of $26 per ticket. Wow, what a wonderful value for family and friends. Get your tickets while they last. Call 618-628-8090 or go to scctd.org.
You're at the ballpark every day, crouching down, catching heat, all but invisible. Your job lacks fame and glory, but offers plenty of distracting aches and pains. That's the life of a bullpen catcher. You can't afford to lose focus. Neither can your team. So be prepared with ACE braces, supports, and elastic bandages. And don't be distracted by pain. ACE brand products available at Walmart.
It was big, huger than huge.
Big would be an understatement. Wow, this is giant.
It's Rosati's Pizza's Big Deal Beginning of the Week sale. This Monday and Tuesday, the big, huge deal is coming your way. Score a 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for $17.10. Rosati's continues to celebrate their 10th anniversary with really large, big deals. A 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for only $17.10 at Rosati's Pizza. 701 South Gregory and online at myrosatis.com.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Carpenter from the Tay and J Show on ESPN 93.5, and for over 20 years, Simplified Computers has been helping local businesses and nonprofits with their computing and networking needs. Simplified Computers covers everything from servers, network security, cloud-based applications, wireless accessibility, computer support. In short, whatever technical issues your business runs into, the guys at Simplified Computers have seen it, and they can help. Call them at 352-5000. That's 352-5000. Simplified Computers. Simply the best.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $14 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest patio in Urbana. With delicious daily lunch and dinner specials, come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 80 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
Well, let's chat with former Cardinal, 2006 World Series champion, Cardinal Brad Thompson. He is coming out of retirement. What? Ballpark Village this Saturday for the Hefty Flip Cup Challenge.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is going to be fun. It is the Hefty Flip Cup Challenge. Starts at 2 o'clock. Bring your buddies out, teams of 4, and you can register right there on site. It's going to be a good time. Other than the trip to Miami, which is awesome, get a chance to win that. Tons of cool stuff. There's going to be official referees for this, by the way. Free swag going on. Got gift booths, a huge inflatable cup. It's just going to be a fun time. You know, Ballpark Village is always jumping. This is going to be in the Busch 2 infield, the Hefty Flip Cup Challenge. It should be a lot of fun. And Hefty likes to celebrate. Why not celebrate with a little friendly competition in the meantime?
I love it. Ballpark Village out on the infield Saturday, this Saturday the 24th, before the game from 2 until 6:15. It'll be the Redbirds at home for 3 before heading out to Arizona. And I guess good to see Philadelphia again, Brad. We saw a big 11th inning last night. But what's happened to the starting pitching in your eyes over the last few weeks while the offense has started to come around a little bit?
Well, I'll tell you what, they've definitely been hurt with the long ball. And it's so weird how baseball works sometimes, Chris. It's A lot of times when the starters are just thriving, like everybody is just doing well, and they feed off of each other. But unfortunately, at times when guys are struggling, it seems like a group of them ends up struggling together. I still have a lot of belief in this group of starters, and I believe that if the Cardinals are postseason bound, it's going to be because of that group of guys. But when you turn in, a few tough outings, when Carlos Martinez is kind of the only guy saving you for a while, then you're going to be in trouble. So it was nice to see Mike Leake have the outing that he had last night, albeit against the Phillies. We know they're bad. We also know that if the Cardinals play the Phillies all the time, this record would look real good.
Yes.
That would be kind of nice to see. But there are some guys that you kind of worry about. One's on the bump tonight. Michael Wacha, who's had, I think, 3 of his last 4 have been pretty darn bad, and we know how talented he is. We know the stuff that he has. But I think this is a big start for him tonight to see what the Cardinals are going to do with him, because they have options. They've got guys in AAA throwing the ball well. They've got Tyler Lyons in the bullpen that I believe can start for you, or at the very least get into a bigger role in that bullpen. So they have some options, and we know that Waino's been struggling a little bit here too. So I still believe in this group, Chris, but they need to get it together, because it's great to see the offense going. You don't want to waste it. It was just like earlier in the season when the starting pitching was going for a while and you were wasting it because you didn't get any offense. Kind of seems like the Cardinals are doing the same thing, but reversed.
I'm wondering about Wacha as we talk with Brad Thompson, because, as you said, a big start tonight. Even if he pitches well, we've seen the pitch count pile up, and we've seen him go 4 innings, 6 innings, 4 1/3, 3, 4. Not another off day until the All-Star break. Even if he pitches well tonight, with the workload coming up for the club, are they going to have to bring another starter up? Are they going to have to maybe think about throwing Wacha into the bullpen for a bit just to get him a little bit of a break and be proactive?
Yeah, I think it's always good to have options. It's always good to be ready for anything. Ultimately, though, I think the player is going to tell you, and maybe not verbally, because I know this, being a former player, I would lie all the time. Somebody said if somebody asked, "Hey, how you feeling?" I'd be, "Oh, I'm great, Skip," while I'm over there trying to ice in the corner while nobody knows, right? So you have to trust your eyes as a coach, and just trust what you're seeing. If you see Michael Wacha, when his overall numbers look good, but you see him laboring through 5, well, maybe it's time to give him another breather and let him take 10 days, a couple turns out of the rotation, and get back into it. I still really believe in his stuff, and I love the fact, too, that Michael has talked about it. He's very adamant about the fact that, hey, he's healthy, he's good to go. The results just haven't been there. But the Cardinals aren't in a position right now where they can not have the results be there. Like, they have to be. When you have other options sitting around, you'd be doing yourself a disservice to not go after them and look at them. So I wouldn't mind getting a look at some other guys if you wanted to build in some time. And it's always good to get reps for guys. Weaver's been throwing the ball really well at AAA. I know the one start that Marco Gonzalez had up here didn't go exactly as planned, had some trouble with the long ball. Didn't last too long into the game, but the Cardinals really like him too, and he's putting up good numbers in the minor leagues also. So you have plenty of options here. You might as well utilize them.
Brad Thompson, he will be at the Busch 2 infield on Saturday from 2 until 6:15 for the Hefty Flip Cup Challenge. You can flip your way to Miami. Hey, have fun. I hope you're at home at night after the show, man, working on the flip cup skills, maybe on the kitchen table, and we'll see you on Saturday. Thanks, buddy.
Well, Chris, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me. I hope everybody comes out to the Hefty Flip Cup Challenge. We are going to have a good time on Saturday.
All right, thank you to Brad Thompson for joining us on the Amarin pregame show. Our UMB player to bank on, Yadier Molina. Another home run last night. Yadi's home runs, 9 of them this year, ranked second in the National League among catchers. Both Yadi and Buster Posey have 9 on the year. Austin Hedges of San Diego has 11. Yadi's showing a power surge. He's slugging .423 on the year. Yadier Molina will catch and hit 5th for the Cardinals tonight. Your lineup: Carpenter, Fowler, Piscotty, Jerko, Molina, Pham, Greg Garcia at second base, as we heard John Rooney and Mike Matheny talk about. Paul DeJong is your shortstop in front of Michael Wacha, who takes on Nick Pivetta. We're back to get ready for baseball next. The Cardinals and the Phillies coming your way on the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network.
Hey, Cardinal fans, there's another MVP in our community, Rankin Jordan Pediatric Bridge Hospital in St. Louis. Rankin Jordan transitions kids with complex illnesses and injuries from acute care to home. They not only work with the child, but also the families to make the return home possible. Rankin Jordan is the only pediatric bridge hospital in the country using care beyond the bedside to get kids out of their beds and back to living. To learn more about Rankin Jordan, their inpatient and outpatient programs, or to find out how you can give, visit rankinjordan.org.
Okay, so you're driving a sport utility or crossover utility vehicle and you like your utility without it being utilitarian. You should demand the same from your tires. The remarkable Cursor HSX Tour tire from Mastercraft, specially designed to look great, ride great, and perform even better. With a striking sidewall and tread design molded to an advanced silicon-fused tread compound for a breakthrough all-weather performance. The Cursor HSX Tour, only from Mastercraft.
Visit Tires Plus today.
Hi, I'm Dan Moyson, owner of Simplified Computers in Champaign. For over 20 years, Simplified Computers has been helping local businesses and nonprofits with their computing and networking needs. We cover everything from servers, network security, cloud-based applications, wireless accessibility, computer support. In short, whatever technical issues your business runs into, we've seen it and we can help. Call us at 352-5000. That's 352-5000. Simplified Computers. Simply the best.
Okay, U of I Meat Sales Room theme song, take one. The Meat Boat. Soon we'll be grilling another steak. I'm pretty sure that's already been done before. Take two. I'll eat meat with you. I'll eat burgers and brats. And again, already been done before. Take three. Meat, 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 meat. Meat, 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 meat. The U of I Meat Sales Room on Maryland and Urbana. They may not have clever theme songs, but they do have the best meat in town.
It was big, huger than huge.
Big would be an understatement. Wow, this is giant.
It's Rosati's Pizza's Big Deal Beginning of the Week sale. This Monday and Tuesday, the big, huge deal is coming your way. Score a 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for $17.10. Rosati's continues to celebrate their 10th anniversary with really large, big deals. A 14-inch, 2-topping thin crust pizza with a 2-liter for only $17.10 at Rosati's Pizza. 701 South Gregory and online at myrosatis.com.
At Body & Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body & Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body & Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Well, we just mentioned Yadier Molina as our UMB player to bank on in his home runs, ranked second among National League catchers. How about this? Last night, homer in his third straight game that matches his career best from 2011, 2012. Also did it in 2005. No Cardinals catcher has ever gone deep in 4 straight games. So as Fowler's streak is snapped, maybe Yadi can carry on and make it a 4th straight game. We'll find out next. John Rooney and Rick Horton have the call. It's the Cardinals and the Phillies. This has been the Amarin pregame show from Cardinals Nation Restaurant on the Cardinals Radio Network.
There's a time for work, there's a time for play. There's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
Hi, I'm Mike Carpenter from the Tay and J Show on ESPN 93.5, and for over 20 years, Simplified Computers has been helping local businesses and nonprofits with their computing and networking needs. Simplified Computers covers everything from servers, network security, cloud-based applications, wireless accessibility, computer support. In short, whatever technical issues your business runs into, the guys at Simplified Computers have seen it, and they can help. Call them at 352-5000. That's 352-5000. Simplified Computers. Simply the best.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know the quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
Vapors e-cigs thinks it's time for you to take a permanent vacation from smoking. Take a permanent vacation away from cigarettes today. You'll smell better, you'll breathe better, and you'll feel better. Plus, you'll have more money than ever when you choose Vapors e-cigs. Come in today and taste the difference with a premium electronic vape. You can get started for less than a carton of cigarettes. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Vapors e-cigs today. Find them at Champaign across the street from Marketplace Mall at 2 West Main Street in Danville. And follow them on Facebook for great deal offers and giveaways.
Swing, and there's a high fly ball. It's a gunner!
St. Louis Cardinal Baseball is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Snooks Delivered. Order groceries online with snooksdelivers.com. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. By Shelter Insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. For your auto, home, life, and renter's insurance needs, we're your shield, we're your shelter. By Explore St. Louis. Learn more about all the great things to do in St. Louis by visiting ExploreSt.Louis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Central Missouri's beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Voted the best recreational lake in the nation. Plan your vacation at funlake.com. By Weekends Only Furniture and Mattress, a proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by Chick-fil-A. Visit them today at any one of their 13 St. Louis area locations. Now, St. Louis Cardinals Baseball.
Welcome to Cardinals Baseball from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. It's game 2 of a 3-game series between the Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Redbirds have played very well against the National League East. They're 11-2 overall, including a victory here last night. We had a burst of rain here earlier today. In fact, the tarp was on. No batting practice for either the Cardinals or the Phillies. The Redbirds won 8-1 here last night. They scored a season-high 7 runs in 1 inning. That came in the 11th inning. After a good start by Mike Leake, he got a no decision in the game. 6 solid innings for him. The bullpen put up 5 zeros as the Cardinals out-hit the Phillies 11-6. Stephen Piscotty drove in 2 in the 11th inning, and Yadier Molina and Tommy Pham each hit 2-run home runs to seal the victory. This is Ricky Horton. I'll be alongside John Rooney. Let's take a look at tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Missouri Farmers Care. Join the conversation on how today's food is grown and raised at MissouriFarmersCare.com. The Cardinals go with Michael Wacha. He's making start number 13. Overall record of 3-3 with a 4.78 ERA. He's 2-2 lifetime against the Phillies. Last time out, he had a no decision against the Brewers, where he went just 4 innings and gave up 7 hits and 4 runs. So Michael Wacha still trying to figure it out. Changeup will be very important for him here tonight against this Phillies lineup. The Phillies will go with Nick Pivetta. We saw him in St. Louis, his first start against the Cardinals, and he is 1-3 lifetime with a 4.46 ERA. He was traded for Jonathan Papelbon. That's how he's ended up here in Philadelphia. He's just 24, and he lost that game against the Cardinals where he went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. He had a no decision his last time out against Boston, but he pitched extraordinarily well. 7 innings, no runs, and 9 strikeouts. So there's your starters, Nick Pivetta and Michael Wacha. I'll have the lineups for you next.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. Hey, it's Stevie J. Have the roof your home deserves. For your next roofing project, why don't you go with Roof Doctors, a locally owned and family-operated business for over 25 years. They use superior materials. They're a certified shingle contractor, so they can offer a 50-year non-prorated full system warranty, and they won't loan your work out to subcontractors. Hey, Roof Doctors has worked on my home, and the results are fantastic. But don't just take it from me. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, Roof Doctors has plenty of satisfied customers. Get a free quote at roofdoctorsco.com.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
Welcome back to How Well Do You Know Your Meat? Now back to the trivia. The freshest meat comes from your local grocery store. True or false?
True.
No. Contestant number 2.
It's false. The freshest meat in town comes from the U of I Meat Sales Room off of Florida Avenue in Urbana.
Yes, that's correct. You're a winner.
For the freshest cuts of meat in town, visit the U of I Meat Sales Room. Open Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 5:30 and Friday from 8 until 1. Just off Florida on South Maryland in Urbana.
Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park. We've just had